instinct. As a leader of men, you should understand this concept without question. If you do not understand the need for conflict, then you should not be in control of an society. You should be something in charge as a leader of men. There's no conflict. You should understand this concept without question. There should be no growth if you do not understand the resolution of a man's affairs, worldly or otherwise, forces personal development in the individual. However, conflict does not always mean physical confrontation.
Wake up and smell the doobie. They say this chapter's coming to a closer, and low as I might get is just enough to knock me over, to make my dope seem useless and me barely not be sober, or take a good night kiss from my bitch barely not reloaded. They say life is what you make it, but it's more like TV dinners, and we only taking heed to messages the TV send us, neglecting what we feeling, disrespecting intuition, knowing something wicked this way comes, but too afraid to mention it. That's flawed. The line wait for enemies to shoot you, that's hard. To log on and let programmers reboot you, that's hard. To keep us uninformed, don't you think? But if I'm planning full control, then why wouldn't I want you weak? It's a sad sight to see that we ain't one. Can't agree on shit, let's about some reality show on VH1. Too entrenched in trash to see that we the non-fucking factors, unaware that we got bombs coming and a storm's brewing. And it's ended right before our eyes, and we don't even know it, dude. I just hope I can help you see it, so maybe one day you can say you saw it coming for it, dude. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger, so I know who to hunt when I make it back. Technology's advancing on a daily, and soon we'll be living one of those futuristic movies from the 80s. Subliminal's not necessary, they tell us to our face in so many words. Our future's fading out while everybody's faded. I'm jaded with envy, if that makes sense, but what does in a world where only dollars do? If you not sold, you undone like a corset, and don't nobody want you, but if it's forced out, we get ours. Come through this bitch, let it like, oh, torches out, cause they don't want us inside. So they turn lights on their porches out, and garage doors stay down, unless they pulling their new Porsches out. Now my niggas thought the block was something to rip, and they ain't talking resent, cause I stayed on that street too. I'm talking possession with an intent, and while we checking niggas G-cards, they checking out stars, plotting their courses for the quickest ways to get back to Mars. They blending aliens with Jesus, not sure where they gon' send us yet, and I'm stuck in the middle where all the rest of the sinners at. And it's ended right before our eyes, and we don't even know it, dude. I just hope I can help you see it, so maybe one day you can say you saw it coming for it, dude. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger, so I know who to hunt when I make it back. I keep my head in the clouds, even when my eyes ain't. I speak and give, so I bequeath to you this picture I paint. No charge, everyone wanna own the planet like it ain't so large. And if you measure in contrast, I guess it ain't no sword. So they keep armies on command and right at their disposal. In high society, hook us to write up their proposals. They get high of excitement and shoot us up with boredom. They argue over millions, we shoot up over Jordans. Ain't too much in life that's surefire, but this is. You plan on running something, make sure you can go the distance, cause the rulers as it were don't measure up, but we employ them nonetheless. I mean, they all been taking shots, but so far everybody's missed it. Now the internet is still in post-apocalyptic kiss, and we so anti, we don't give a post-apocalyptic shit. But if you got your 2 mil and Vivo's got them shelters, who else are we to blame? I'm saying we done fucked ourselves up.
Every revolution, it starts with
baby.
Peace, family. Peace, peace,
All right,
peace,
so-
peace. Hey, I just wanted to say, I just want to say hi. You know, welcome to Sankofa, 180 degrees.
180, 180.
Right? Hey, Prince. Hey, why don't you tell them who that is, man?
Yeah, that's my little brother, man, Kingfish Scale. You know, his song called Omega featuring Genius. You know, it spoke for itself. He on a whole nother plane, same plane I'm on, you know, and it's just some deep music that the streets need to hear, people need to hear, and the mentality we need to be on, man. I mean, it spoke in like volumes, man. I can't even explain, but you know, it's Prince, the controversial one, 180, Sankofa 180 on the rip. You know, what's up, Unc? What's up? I can't hear
Hey,
your
you're
mic.
muted, King. You're muted.
Yo,
Unmute
and
yourself.
P.S.
Unmute
my
yourself,
bad,
King.
hold on 1 second. And make sure you go to YouTube, check that video out. It's under Kingfish Scale. He might have an audio. He could have maybe took the video down. But yeah, Kingfish Scale. You're a bad boy. You muted on.
You gotta unmute yourself, King.
Oh, ski bop. Oh, ski bop, boy.
Damn, I just dropped some hot shit too, man. I could do it again, though. Ain't no pressure.
Yeah, go ahead, King. Peace.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. You know, that he taught me some good stuff, man. And I'm a music hound, man. So, you know, and I like to hear it loud with that, you know, all the acoustics booming and crystal clear, and I like to hear that message. So, you know, I want to share this though, man. You know, I just want to thank Jamie and acknowledge Jamie, man. That dude, man, is always on point for this stuff, man. You know, he got the operating end over there, and you know, he never missed a moment, man. You know, so enthusiastic about all this, man, and it shows through actions, man. So, you know, and thanks for teaching me. You know,
Definitely,
big up for all you do, Jamie. No doubt. Big motherfucking up too. That's all right. We can't hear you anyway, man. So if you ain't saying,
I said I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah. If you ain't saying hell yeah, then fuck it.
No, I said appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate it, King. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here, man.
Big up
Jamie, man. Big up Jamie. Big up Jamie.
Yeah. You know, I'm dependable in shit I'm really interested in, right? So, you know, but this is a dependable cat, man. You know, he taught me a lot, so really glad to have you in my life. So, you know, hit that subscribe button. You know, come on over to Sankofa 180 degrees and fuck with it. And you know, we got a whole lot of stuff. I'm gonna pull a few things off the group page and show today. So you can always go back to the group page and look at it. I just think it's really important. Two of them, Jamie posted up there, and then one of them I dropped out on there. So, hey man, I'm glad. I'm glad Prince show up too, man. You know, I just remember 40. How old are you?
22.
Yeah, I just remember 22, man. I remember being 22, man. You know, the powers of pushing my man through, man. I'm really proud of you, kid. You know, I'm always excited. You know, I ain't no flattery type of guy, man. You fucked up, you fucked up. You know, and you know, if you're real, man, you know, I love it. So, Carrie gonna get on in a minute, I think.
Much love.
Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit them comments. You know, throw a few comments out there, man, and you know, do the like or dislike. If you push dislike, definitely put a comment. Right? You don't need to be playing.
Yeah, and right? Get blocked for life.
Hey, can you put the link in the chat, man? And if anybody want to come in, yeah, you're more than welcome. Come on in, man, and you know, kick it with us, man, and chop it up, man. Let us know what's going on. You know, teach us, learn us something. You know how that go, man. Hey, listen, don't forget, family, that we do the children's book read every first Sunday of the month, right? You know, that's it's you know, it's going pretty well, man. We have children that can win a book, free book. You know what I'm saying? These books are real good books, man. You know, about, you know, real places, real people, you know, real events, you know what I'm saying? You know, our history. Yes, yeah, there you go. That's one of them right there, right? Look at that book, man. Those are pretty good books, man. They're not cheap books, right? Lot of information in these books, man. A lot went into these books. And it's about our history, man. Check them out, man. Really nice, good books, man. You know, nice pictures, man. Nice storylines. You know, like I said, man, real events. You know, true stories about real people, right? And it's really
about the definition part too.
Right, yeah, you know, it got a vocabulary guide where it gives you all the names to all, the names and meanings of you know, the words that's in the books that you may have problems with pronouncing and understanding what they are, right, and what they truly are, instead of what people say they are, right? There's the queen. I see her. Peace, queen. Peace. How you doing?
You got your camera on, Queen.
Yeah, your camera's on, and yes, you sure do. Yep, keep it on. And then your audio is probably not finished connecting though. There you go. There you go, Queen. I see you. We see you.
Carrie's in
There
the
you go.
house.
Peace,
Carrie's in the
peace,
house.
peace, peace, peace.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good
All
to see
right,
you guys.
man. Hey, you looking like brand new money, man. Now watch out there now, but damn it. Now what the hell
Say
we got
new
going on
money.
here, man?
Say
What we
new
got going
money.
on here? That's what I want to know. What we got going on, man? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You looking really, really good, my. Hey. So we got we here, y'all. All folks. Look, this the quad right here. This the team. This
It's
been
the
the team.
quad.
This been the team right here. This been the team, right? From day one. This been the team right here, right?
right.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man. Listen,
And
man.
Eric is probably working too. So,
Right.
but
Yep.
we've been,
We can't forget about
we've been
Eric
doing
James.
this shit.
That's right. We can't forget about the king, man. Our partner Eric James. But yeah, man. This day one right here. Hey,
It's
but
the quad, baby. It's the
Hey,
quad.
I wasn't done bigging you up, man.
cool.
I wasn't done complimenting you, man.
Man, can we get away from all the titty booties?
There go Eddie. Just see, there
Nobody
go
wanna hear
Eddie.
about that thing.
There go old Eddie.
God damn, man. My shit tripping, man. Y'all tripping, man. Let's get on to
Hey,
it.
man, you be showing out, man.
No,
You
that's
be
Eddie
showing
Kane.
out,
That's Eddie
you know?
Kane right there. That's Eddie Kane. You know Eddie
That's
Kane.
Eddie Kane. That's
Oh,
Eddie Kane.
Oh, Eddie Kane. Hey, listen,
Hey,
man.
so
But
big ups to everybody, man. And we got remember we got that book read, and we're gonna start pretty soon with the oh no, that was gonna be personal. So, anyways, we're gonna start a book read of Chancellor Williams. What's the name of it, Jamie?
it's called the destruction of a black civilization, man. And it's by Chancellor Williams. And yeah, the brother, yeah. Go ahead, King. Finish though. Yes, that's what it's by.
Yeah. So we're
Williams,
gonna start that up pretty soon on a day other than Sunday, and we're just gonna read. Jamie is thinking, read a chapter, and then discussing and stuff. I'm gonna have about an hour to an hour and a half, to participate in that. So that's coming up. Probably pretty soon. In fact, Carrie ordered the book already, so we'll have ours on deck. Thank you, Carrie. And
yep.
and then I want to say,
okay.
I want to say, big ups to Queen Yamaya for, continuing to heal and stuff. She sent a message saying that she's getting better every day. We've seen some posts on Sankofa 180 degrees from her and a few responses. So, keep healing well, Queen. And we want you back when you get ready to come back, and just really appreciate you. I think there was something else I was gonna say.
Very much missed. Very much missed.
Yeah.
She gave me a hard time. That's
Yeah,
my,
she did.
yeah,
That's
what's
your
up?
nemesis.
That's my nemesis. Yes. We have great battles. I love it when she's on the show. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Jamie is playing the deal
books,
about
right?
saying comic books, man. That's I got to get that package someday, man. I know they got a $260 package for everything, and I think you can get a few for $20, and then a few for a little higher and stuff. But
So what is it like? Comic books, Black Kemetic from Kemet and all that, like real comic
man.
stories.
So it gives you the rundown, man. It gives you the history, man. It gives you all the history, but they put it in
Superhero mode.
Right,
Superhero
cartoon, fashion,
yeah.
to put
Hey,
it
play it, Jamie, so we can hear it.
Okay, yes, sir. I was just, just so I just wanted people to kind of see. But hold on for a second.
Man, you just better hurry up and play it before I get upset, man.
Yeah, man, before I put it on.
I know.
I'm the nicest guy, man. I'm the
what
nicest
happened last
fella,
week,
man.
though? Let's talk about last week with
You just gotta do it, don't you? You just gotta
with Smiggity, baby.
Bro, we need to talk about Black Sands out here. This series ain't no joke. If you came up in here thinking that this story was just about a bunch of Kemetic kids handing out their dry biscuits, then you are greatly mistaken. Don't get me wrong though, these kids be throwing hands. A couple of those panels had a brother a little nervous, I ain't gonna lie. But this series has layers to it. Like, check it. On one page, I'm learning the differences between matriarchies and patriarchies in ancient times. You'll soon realize that the primary language in this series is fact. And then boom, we got this brother Asar doing a freaking Shoryuken on a freaking stone dragon out here. And then I'm getting lessons on the importance of respecting social customs of your host. So now I have to reevaluate my life because I'm being checked out here. But then after that, you see this brother Seth handling business with some slave traders. And the fact that I had to blur this joint, you know Seth gave him those hands. Because if there's one thing you need to know, is that these cats' hands are global. That's right, it don't matter who you be. Samaritans, Spartans, Athenian, Egyptian, Minoan. If you are residing on planet Earth, you are in reach of their hands. Man, I'm getting hyped. If you want to read this series, go to blackstands.com and pick yourself up one of those bundles before they sell out again. And to end it, I just want to remind everyone he punched a freaking stone dragon, people. All right, I'm out.
They be clouded.
Off the
They be
chain.
clouded.
Off the chain.
Yeah, yeah. That's good stuff, man. I'll meet you,
Hey,
Mike, Jim.
so like I was saying, family, you know, that's what we doing, man. We promoting. You know, you can get those books. You can pick up that prescription, go to Black Sands, and you know, shop, man. To get your shop on. Also, Mr. Imhotep, he got a good collection of books. I mean, it's so many writers, man. The sister, the one that wrote the one that what you just showed, brother.
Imhotep, yeah, you say the author of it? You talking about the author?
Yeah. So her Ari, her last name is Ari. Ikiwa, right? Ikiwa Ari. That's her name. That's who wrote those other books. So you can check out her collection, right? But yeah,
They got to pay me for this extra shit. You know that.
What's that, man? What they paying?
We deducted your pocket, man.
Man, look, I'm holding up books now, bro. Promotion.
You still owe, man. Yeah, but that's what we're supposed to do, though, man. Because you know why? Because like, look, I mean,
I got my book.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, but Jamie, show that the destruction of Black civilization one more time.
Yes, sir. All right, it's coming.
So, Prince, we're gonna be reading out of this book, man. But I also got we just got one from Amazon for $20, some shit like that.
Okay, so I need to get one.
Yeah, you got to get one, and then anybody that want to join, either get a book, and if you don't have a book, that's fine. You can still join, because we still gonna be doing right.
Right. Yeah, we still gonna be reading out of it. And I got a video off of YouTube where dude is reading, man. So I'll send it to everybody. I'll send it to everybody on the panel. Except Prince.
What about
he got to find his own.
What about the 42 laws of
Ma'at?
Go ahead and talk about it.
Well, when we gonna do that?
Yeah, we're gonna add that in too.
That's right.
We're gonna do that on Sundays though.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that on Sundays. We can start that on Sundays. Yeah, we're gonna start that on Sundays, King. So don't worry about it. We got it. But hey, so listen.
He's like, Vice like a well, I'm saying, boy, ready, baby.
Hey, man, you getting there? I'm a nice guy, man.
So we gonna do that a mod.
42 laws of Ma'at, man. Learn that shit. Man.
See, that's why we need to do them. I'm mispronouncing his name.
No, that ain't that. But that means you ain't been doing no reading or no studying. That's what that means.
I haven't. I ain't gonna lie. I'm waiting for y'all to do it. When y'all present it,
you gotta prepare.
You gotta start.
I'm hands on, bro.
Man, you gotta pull up them 42 laws of Ma'at, man. So you can
I got two scholars in front of me. Two scholars.
No, you ain't got
there
no
you go.
scholars in
Hey, we
front of you.
picking up right back where
No,
we
you
left
don't.
off last
I don't
week.
know where you got that from, but I'm not a scholar, King. I am
Yeah.
not even
It's
close
in
to
your
no damn
DNA.
scholar.
It's in your DNA. It's in your bloodline. What you
No,
mean?
man, I am not even. No, you ain't
Man,
gonna put
it's
that on
all
me,
in your
King.
teeth,
Hey,
baby.
hey, you know
Look at
why,
how black
man?
is beautiful,
You
baby.
ain't.
Look at black is
You
beautiful,
ain't.
man. I'm telling you, it's in your blood, man.
No, you ain't putting that
Hey,
on me, King.
hey, Prince, check this out.
No,
Check this
I'm.
out. You watch one of those debates that I sent you. You watch
Look,
one of
I've
those.
already watched both the debates you sent me, and they crucial. And I love debates. I'm like
See
so
what I'm
into
saying?
debates.
And those are scholars.
Yo,
Those are
but
scholars.
those guys are the same guys that I'm looking at right now. So you can't even tell me that. Like y'all told me all of the Kemet teachings and whatnot, and Haru and man,
King,
Newton.
all we
Come on,
did,
man. You
all
be
we
tripping on
did,
me, man.
all we did was gave you the shit that we was reading. That's all. That's all we was doing. That's
Yeah,
all
but
we was
that's the
doing.
same
All
thing
this.
they do. So
Listen,
what's the difference between you and the scholar then? I want to know
no,
what's the difference.
no,
They
because
got
it's
more info.
yeah,
They
because
got more
because
info.
because the people like this brother right here, Chancellor Williams. See, that's a scholar. These are scholars. These are scholars right here, King. These are scholars right here.
Chancellor
That
Williams smoke
right.
weed.
This
He
is
smoke
scholar.
weed.
It
He
don't matter.
smoke
It don't
weed.
matter what they do. I'm saying this is a scholar, King. This is a scholar right here.
Well,
I
you can
see.
write a book too. You can write a book, man.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
can
So
okay.
this
write a
Well,
is
book, man.
listen, man. All I'm saying is this, King. Yeah, I can write a book. They got comic books. Of course, I can write a book. I'm saying what I'm saying is this. This is a scholar right here. I'm not a scholar. I'm learning. I'm reading from scholars. I'm reading from scholars. So all I'm doing is I ain't even doing the work of what the scholar did. I'm taking his work and running with it. That's pretty much what we doing here. We taking his work and running with it.
Yeah, but you ain't got no choice. That's why the debate we had last week was so fierce on my side, on my defense, because I feel like this. That the person who came up with that theory is the same person that I'm looking at right now who come up with a new theory. Everything evolved, everything changed. We all came to that point. We have all come to grips to understanding that. So everything they wrote has had to come to a change. Look, you got doctors' offices who are now mastering in sex change operations. You understand
So
me?
then, and that's good, King. And I like that. I like that in you, right? So then now your next move should be read the book, critique it, and then tell them where they went wrong. That's what you do. That's your next move right there.
I can't say he did wrong
That's
because
your
in
next
his
move.
time, but in his
No,
time when he wrote it, he was
no.
right.
But you can go from today time, and then you can go ahead and correct whatever he's done that was incorrect, or whatever error that he's made. You can correct it, and
Okay,
there
look,
you
I
go.
got a book. I got a book.
No, I ain't talking about that one. I'm talking about this one. What you do is you got to read this book, then you critique it, right? And then what you do is you find the errors, and then you rewrite, and then this way you will have you'll have a hell of an argument, King, and you'll better and you'll get a whole lot of attention.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't want him knock him. That's like knocking, like I
it
said.
ain't knocking. It ain't knocking.
It ain't knocking him. It ain't knocking him.
Because
It ain't not.
yeah,
Yeah, right. It's not knocking him. What you're doing
it's
is you
because facts change, and they change by people like you
that's right.
and referencing people like us,
That's right.
because we dig and we find out stuff because they already done the work, right? They already done that work, but we got
According
something
to
in
what
us.
they had.
We
According to
got
what they had
something
to
in
work
us.
with.
Yeah, and we got something in us that if we do apply ourselves, then we get those results that you're talking about. If not, it's just head knowledge, man. So until then, we just bang off of that shit.
Hey, but
I
listen,
got
man.
you.
I got one more thing, man. Hey, it's like 8-9 minutes.
Yeah,
Can I play it
that's
right
good.
quick?
Man,
Okay.
Yeah,
you
man.
Listen,
be
hey,
live.
family. Listen, man. I just want y'all to pay attention to
Hey,
something.
thank you for the compliments, though, Prince.
Yeah, no
Because
doubt, no
one
doubt.
thing is, man, is my life has changed so much, man. Because I really love this stuff, man, and it shows in my walk and my attitude, behavior, consideration of others. And so, thank you for the compliments, man. But
Oh, you
we
cool.
but so we get that information, man, for some reliable sources, man. And SETI is going to talk about this when I show this one video, man. So
Already. Yeah, you like my Uncle Pete at the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to it.
Uncle Pete. Man, why you give me a little? Why you give me a little punk ass name like Pete, man? I shouldn't say that. I got a couple boys, man, real tight boys. Pete Brewer, what's up, Pete? Pete Brewer, man, 100%, man. You know, my bad on that.
But listen, man. What I wanted to do is.
Hey, can you make it bigger?
That's as big as it's gonna get, King. That's it, man. You might have to turn your phone.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I had to turn mine.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Hey. Family. What I want to say is this. Just real quick. Pay attention to BRICS. BRICS. Okay. Now, type that in and look into, just read up on it, and just go through and ask questions about it, man, and you'll see. Hey, man, you guys will be amazed, right? Hey, but and I'm gonna tell y'all, family, I'm not political at all. I'm not. I don't give a shit what they do for real. It ain't gonna, no way is it gonna benefit us, as a people. So, I mean, I ain't giving a shit about what they do. But this right here is kind of interesting, man. It's kind of interesting to find and to know why no one is talking about this. Like, no media outlet is talking about this, right? And it's just real curious. I just want to know what y'all think, really quick. It's only 9 minutes, so just give me a second, fam. Right?
You're all good, man.
Okay, here we go. Real quick.
Show you what happened in Saudi Arabia and China that is sending shockwaves through Washington and the Middle East right now. The Biden administration is, of course, hiding it from you. They don't want to talk about it. But I'll show you this in a minute. But first, I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that the United States is mirroring almost exactly what led to the fall of the Roman Empire. Just dive into the research. Because during the late Roman Empire, the government found itself in almost the exact same situation as the United States today. The Romans facing massive military spending to satiate their continued expansion. They went into massive debt. They started borrowing all kinds of money in order to pay for this military expansion. It all created a downward debt spiral that consumed the Roman Empire, and they couldn't get out of it. Today, the U.S. government is also facing skyrocketing levels of debt, with the national debt currently sitting at $33 trillion. This level of indebtedness is unsustainable. How are they going to get out of this? The United States now has over 750 military bases around the world. It's one of the most infuriating things in the world to me. It's spending billions to overthrow other governments around the world. Here was Senator John McCain in Ukraine in 2013 admitting they're in the process of regime change.
Senator, you have just addressed the crowd of protesters there yourself in Kiev. What is it you're trying to do here?
Hopefully what we're trying to do is bring about a peaceful transition here.
Oh, they got their proxy government all right. So the U.S. has massive military expansion by installing our own proxy governments and military bases around the world. But don't call it an empire. But it's the same thing as the Romans, just with a different name. Another factor that contributed to the decline of the Roman Empire was the debasement of the currency. Just like the United States, in an effort to finance its military operations and other expenses, the Roman Empire began to issue coins with less silver inside of it. That led to hyperinflation. It led to a loss of faith in the currency. Does that sound familiar to you? Where have I heard this before? Only this time, the difference is that the United States dollar isn't tied to any gold or any silver. It's tied to nothing. The U.S. dollar is backed up by debt and U.S. military power. And, most importantly, using the U.S. dollar to pay for oil transactions. So this week, Saudi Arabia surprised Joe Biden and the rest of the West by suddenly announcing a massive oil production cut, which will reduce OPEC Plus's production by another 1.5 million barrels per day until the end of the year. Oil prices then shot up above $80 a barrel, up 6%. But it's not just about the oil production. It's about what happened next. The Biden administration threatened Saudi Arabia with severe consequences. Like what? Pulling our military protection? Like what else are we going to threaten them with? His response? Actually a jaw dropper. The Crown Prince said He's done pleasing the United States, and he doesn't care what President Biden thinks of him. Done pleasing the United States. The only reason that I can think of that you say something like this publicly in an interview in a newspaper is because you're already dating somebody else. And the Saudis are now fully engaged with China and Russia. This game is over for the United States. Now, for a few years now, Saudi Arabia has been moving away from the United States. Then candidate Biden said they need to be treated like they're a pariah, like the pariah they are. Remember this?
And I would make it very clear, we were not going to, in fact, sell more weapons to them. We were going to, in fact, make them pay the price and make them, in fact, the pariah that they are.
But then suddenly we needed cheap oil, and Biden flew over to the kingdom to kiss the ring of the crown prince. It was embarrassing. And then this moment happened. Reporters at that meeting yelled out, "Hey, Mr. President, is Saudi Arabia still a pariah?" Just watch the crown prince laugh about it during that question.
President Biden, is Saudi Arabia still a pariah? President Biden.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we've relied on them for their oil reserves, and they relied on us for our military protection. It's been a mutually beneficial relationship, but that's all changing now. They're starting to look beyond the United States for allies and are forging closer ties with countries like China and Russia. So what does this mean for the United States? Well, for starters, it means we're going to lose a boatload of money. Saudi Arabia is one of the world's largest oil producers, and we've been buying their oil for years. They start selling to China and Russia instead, and now we're going to have to pay more for our oil. Just sitting here in this port, watching the Saudi Arabian oil barges leave port and go out. It's an amazing sight to behold. So that's going to hit the American consumers very, very hard, as everything from gas prices to heating bills will go up. But it's not just oil prices that will be affected. Saudi Arabia is also a major investor in the United States. They own a lot of our debt, and they invest heavily in American companies. If they start pulling their money out of the United States, it's going to hurt our economy. It's already happening. Just look at the inflation numbers. Saudi Arabia is not only distancing itself from the United States, but also selling off its holdings of U.S. Treasury bonds, which is a devastating blow to the U.S. economy. It's worth noting that Saudi Arabia has been the largest foreign holder of U.S. Treasury bonds for many years. So this is a significant shift in the global economy. Now, some might say, so what's the big deal? Just one country selling off some bonds. What's the big deal here, Clayton? Well, let me explain. Because U.S. Treasury bonds are a critical source of funding for the United States government, and they are used to finance everything from Social Security, Medicare, military, infrastructure, everything. And when a country like Saudi Arabia sells off large amounts of these bonds, it puts downward pressure on the prices, which means that the United States government now has to pay higher interest rates to attract new buyers. This can increase the cost of borrowing for the U.S. government, which can in turn lead to higher taxes, inflation, even a massive recession, which we are facing right now. And right now, China, Russia, and Saudi Arabia are dumping massive amounts of U.S. debt. If they won't finance our massive debt, then who will? Who's going to step in? Who has money? So why this week? Why did all of this happen now? Because follow the money. The U.S. dollar is dying, and America's power is dying. China's new partnership with Russia has grown even further. China mediated a new era of peace between Iran and Saudi Arabia. Just look at these guys, shaking every hand they have in one big Chinese noodle salad. I don't see Biden's hand in there between Iran and China and Saudi Arabia. The U.S. has been trying to create havoc between these countries, but they're not having it. In fact, exports of oil and precious minerals have dramatically shifted away from the United States to one another, to these new partnerships. The United States has been using its control over the dollar to weaponize its economic power, using sanctions against China, Iran, and Russia, trying to pressure other countries to comply with its foreign policy goals. The sanctions show just how desperate the United States is to try and replace dependence on Russia and China for all of our minerals and our manufacturing. We are sitting on mountains of uranium, lithium, gold, oil, and yet we don't have the infrastructure to pull it out of the ground. Last week, the head of the European Union Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, admitted the truth about our reliance on China and Russia for minerals and resources. It was a pretty big admission moment. Listen.
We know this is an era where we rely on one single supplier, China. 98% of our rare earth supply, 93% of our magnesium, 97% of our lithium, just to name a few.
And literally on the same day that she made that statement, Ford Motor Company admitted it's spending billions to team up with China to mine minerals for its electric cars. This is how bad it's gotten, guys. The New World Order unfolding right before our eyes. The United States loves to try sanctions first, and if those don't work, they go to war next. So that's the new...
Hey, so talk to now. Listen, man. Like now, like I said, you know, it, like I said, I'm not political, King, but that's just really that's pretty wild, man. That this is not headline news. Like right now, we dealing with Trump being indicted right now, King, and this is what we're dealing with right now. But these people on in these other countries, King, listen, man.
But that's what I've been trying to tell you.
They making major moves.
That's what I've been trying to tell everybody.
And the United States is not telling nobody nothing. I mean, these people are getting ready to shut this country down.
And there's reasons why, bro. Reasons being because they know we gonna freak out. So they saving all that. Saving all that.
Literally, King, these countries are getting ready to shut us down. What I'm saying is, King, they got the biggest oil producers in the world to shake hands. What? And they mortal enemies, King. These people been enemies from time immemorial, King. I mean, you can't even remember a time when they wasn't at war, the Shiites and the Sunni, right?
Because people tired of it, bro. The rooster coming home.
Now China done got these people to shake hands, King.
Like X said, man, the rooster coming home to crow.
Saudi Arabia and Iran. Listen, man, that's your oil. South Africa is your natural resources. India is your tech. That's where all your tech come from, right? China, well, you know where everything come from China, right? Listen, man, like King, y'all better listen, man. Like I said, I'm not political, but my question is, why ain't they talking about this, man? And this is listen. There's no, so you can't even United States can't even put a what they call it
sanction.
A sanction. They can't even sanction nobody no more. I mean, you can't even sanction nobody no more. They ain't giving a shit about your sanctions, man. These people are getting ready to stop trading your money, man. What does that mean for you, man?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. They got something planned. The United States ain't telling us, just like all these movies we seen. They getting their shit set up though. But I'm telling you, they got a big plan, man. They got a plan.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is
one of their technology things, something they gonna use. We lost power. Everybody know that. We finna go down. And the only way we gonna be able to get all that back is going to war with people. And the shit about to hit the fan, and it's about to get critical. And like I say, I don't know, man.
All I'm saying is this, King. Hey, man, like I said, I'm not political, but like what's going on now? You hear about all these banks getting ready to go digital currency because they're taking the money out of the game. Now, why are they taking it? Why they so in a hurry to take the money out the game? Like, what's going on, man? Like this is some kind of counter move that they making. It's just I don't know what's going on, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all, King, like, pay attention, look it up. I like I said, I'm not political. I've looked into this a little bit, man, because just the fact that the media hasn't been talking about it, I'm thinking that, well, then this has to be some type of conspiracy theory, right? You know, this is what I'm thinking. Like this has to be some kind of conspiracy theory, like because
Why it's got to be a conspiracy though? I
well,
don't feel like
because the
facts is right
media,
in front of you.
because you don't hear the media talking about this, and
They ain't gonna talk about it.
this is life changing. Like this is life.
But it's gonna get you excited. It's gonna get other people excited. People gonna go out, start taking all the rest of this shit in the stores, stocking up, all that shit when we already in recession. It's just gonna get hectic. I mean, I give it to the government for that one reason, man. I really do. I mean,
Yeah, okay. So then, but then when the shit when it hit the fan, now nobody's ready.
But that's why Sankofa 180 here, and you be talking to people, and if they gonna listen, they gonna listen. If not, hey man, I don't know what to say because look.
Well, I'm not saying that it's happening. I'm just saying pay attention to it, man.
Right now as we
Because
speak.
I mean, listen, man, listen. Well, what I'm saying is the media is not talking about it. You don't hear no one talking about it on NBC, ABC, none of the CNN, none of these other joints, right? None of these other major networks or little ones. I haven't heard this on TV, right? So that makes me think that it's conspiracy theory. I mean, that just automatically makes me think that that's what that is, right? So then you have to look a little deeper and deeper and deeper, man, and start asking questions.
But what gives you that notion that it's what makes it a conspiracy? You found the facts that it's happening.
I don't know if it's facts. We don't know if that's a cyber attack from Russia. We don't know that.
What's the cyber attack from Russia?
Listen, King, we are at war. Do you understand that?
We are at war. You just showed me a video, and you just showed me a video of inflation. And we have inflation right now. You seen me. You just showed me a video of the oil getting ready to get stripped from us. The oil prices, they going up. They probably already up. Everything you showed me is happening right now in the United States. I mean, that's the true facts right there.
I'm just saying, we don't. What I'm saying is, but you got to understand that these are. I mean, listen, man. You know, when nowadays when they are at war, when it's wartime, like you get these different messages that's getting, you know, that's geared to get you to think a certain way or panic, not panic, to get you to relax maybe, or get you to panic. I don't know, right? But whatever they're designed to do, they have it to where they do this. They will do a cyber attack, King, to where they're sending all these messages, and they may be false messages. They may be false. You know, it might be conspiracy theories that they just pushing to get people thrown off. You just never know, is what I'm saying, King. Is that right? And so this is the.
But you know, BRICS is happening. You know, BRICS is happening. You think that cyber shit like it's going that deep to where we can't even look up what's really happening and shit.
So why wouldn't CNN have that as top news, King?
Bro, people would go and take their money out the banks. They would be doing a whole lot of shit, man, and you know it. That's why the fuck they ain't showing it. Look, CNN and all that, that's ran by the CIA. We all know that. They got CIA ops all in that building, making sure we get the news they want us to see. What you mean? I ain't know Africa was beautiful until you showed me that shit. I ain't know Africa was the bro. Come on, man. They made sure that we didn't even have no good television views of Africa ever in our lives. The only good thing I ever seen about Africa was Shaka fucking Zulu when I seen some African titties.
Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. Hey, peace, Eric. How you doing, King?
Yeah. Real talk, man.
Peace to you, homeboy. How y'all doing?
All right, man. All right, King. Hey, listen, man. So what do you think about what I just showed there, King?
Man,
I didn't get a chance to catch it all.
Hey, so let me say this real quick. Peace to you, Eric. Hey,
Peace to you,
so don't get all worried about that because I'm going to show another piece about BRICS anyways. That was part of my presentation. All right.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, I'm sorry, dog. Hey, I'm tripping.
No. It's all good because you showed some different stuff, man. And so
that wasn't what you was gonna show, though, right?
It was all what I was gonna show. No, not really. No. It wasn't at all. No, you right on point, man. You right on point. That's why I just been quiet.
All right, well, listen, I'm gonna get out the way, King.
Hold on. So there's just one person at a time, and that's me.
Go ahead.
Hey, so check it out. So I'm gonna play another one. It's got some of the a few of the same things dude talked about. It's the same dude presenting it, but it's got some other thunder in it. So we'll get to that, man. So save your comments for that, Eric. You'll get to see it again anyway. So it's a different video. Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Jamie,
Then,
I sent you something. I want us to see. I sent you something. Play it, Jamie.
so hold up a minute. So hold up a minute. We just had a whole big discussion about what we don't do here, right? And then we deal with facts, you know, and stuff that that we can prove, right? You know, so but I've been looking into bricks for a while ever since Jamie brought it up to me. So it ain't brand new stuff, and it's really substantiated, and then the history and the archaeology and stuff, artifacts we show, the history we talk about, matches that type of research that I've done, and Jamie has done, and with bricks at least. And so my point is, it's still, we're talking about a whole bunch of, possibilities and shit. But what we deal with is facts, and we gather information anyway, right? And what I'm hearing Jamie saying is, he gathered enough that he already started preparing, right? I'm laced up anyways, and so I just got to prepare more, right? And so for the people that don't, and that's why what we do on here is we giving information. We ain't no scholars, we seekers, man. And we providers. So we just providing you, and that's what this session is all about. That I'm going to provide is giving you provisions to do your own damn research, right? So when you come back, you can say what you know, right? And ain't got to debate with what you think, right? Right. So on this presentation, I just recommend any viewers that aren't on the panel right now, put your combat gear on, because it's gonna get personal. If you're attending, and don't let the thin skin keep you from hearing the message, right? Or the inspiration, the motivation, the potential for more of unity, right? And so and understanding, right, based on facts and real people, real places. I know allegorics, right? We deal with myths, and when you talk about the Neters and Neteroos, some of the stories, some of the hieroglyphs on the wall, but nevertheless, the principles are definitely real, and we up front that it's mythological, where the biblical term, the Christian term, and everybody else is using a diversion, right? So we don't do that here. And yeah. So welcome again, Eric. Prince, man, I love you, boy, man. I just, I wish I had a little bit, man. My shit blew way back, man. You're gonna have to wear a do-rag. You're gonna have to wear a do-rag, man. They're out there like that.
Hey, Jamie. Hey,
yeah, you want to play your thing first?
You finna do your presentation?
Yeah, you want to side fight me?
It ain't nothing but like
side fight me.
Yeah, it's just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I really want to show y'all this. It's really gonna blow y'all away. It's gonna
I'm leery about you, man, because you be trying to smooth shit in there, man. That ain't allowed, nigga.
Yo, this shit finna blow y'all away, bro. Play it, big dog. I can't hear you, Jamie. You muted up.
Nah, man, I ain't playing that, man.
Come on, man, play the thing,
That's
this is
weird,
Sankofa 180, bro. That's some real shit, bro. Don't be hating, bro.
That ain't even nothing that we talking about right now,
yes,
man.
It is what we talk about, bro. That is something that I think
that ain't what we talking about right now,
Why
though.
you hating on that, Jamie? That's not cool, bro. That's not
cool,
bro.
Send it to me too,
shit, bro.
Send it to me then, and then until then we'll play this.
That is wrong, bro. That is real life stuff going on right now, bro. That should be mainstream play to show what is happening and what they go through, the whole process of that, bro. That is some real life stuff right there. That is not no joke. I'm not playing it for no joke. I'm playing it for the realities of what we at in this life right now and what people are doing to themselves, bro. That should be played, bro. It's Sankofa 180, man. It's eye-opening.
Yeah, no, man, we can't do that, man.
Wow.
Hey, hold on.
It's animation too.
Hold on. Hey, we on live, so let's just keep it tight for a minute. Yeah. Let me just play this, man, and send me that, Jamie, too.
I'm finna say it to you right now, man.
All right, let's So remember, have thick skin, man, so you don't, so your earlobes don't close. All right. So let me start sharing. Hey, Prince doing little brother shit, man, like he's supposed to.
Yo, man, that shit was tight, bro. That'll blow you away. That'll blow you away.
All right, so Eric, man, I was just saying, man, this is just for, I'm gonna show 3 little pieces, man, and it's just gonna be provisions for people to go out and do their own research. We ain't scholars, we don't know, everything, and I don't know enough to be, solidifying anything, in totality. So I give the information I got, man, and then do your research. There's a lot to pick from this stuff, from these 3 inserts that will give you a lot to research on.
Okay, bro. That sounds good.
Okay. Let me just say, I gotta get right. No, not that. That's where I want to go. Oh, no, I want to go to Facebook first. Just a second. Sorry about that. There I go. I got it. So these are right on the Sankofa 180 degrees Facebook page. I know what these first couple. Hey, Jamie, that lady right there on top, she was the one that I was looking for because they just had that summit over in Africa that I was telling you about that I was trying to find last week and show. But she was the one speaking. It's not the same thing that this young lady at the bottom is showing. She is not lying. But it's definitely the same lady. So.
Now, for my protection, this.
And she's going to be talking about some of what the second video is I'm going to show. And then I'm going to show one on SETI, and that's SETI is, definitely not PG. So, if anybody's sensitive to cuss words and stuff like that, then listen to it anyway.
There is a single God.
Check
2,
it anyway.
There is no devil. 3, except for 1, there is a single God. 2, there is no devil. 3, except for the day you were born and the day you were supposed to die, there is no single event in your life that cannot be forecast and when necessary, changed. 4, it is your birthright to be happy, successful, and fulfilled. 5, you should grow and obtain wisdom during the process. 6, you are reborn through your blood relatives. 7, heaven is home and earth the marketplace. We are in constant passage between the two. 8, you are part of the universe in a literal, not figurative way. 9, you must never initiate harm to another human being. 10, you must never harm the universe of which you are part. 11, your temporal and spiritual capacities must work together. 12, you are born with a specific path. It is your goal to travel it. Divination provides your roadmap. 13, our ancestors exist and must be honored. 14, sacrifice guarantees success. 15, the Orisha live within us. 16, you need have no fear. These are the 16 truths of Ifa taken from the book The Way of the Orisha by Philip John Newmark. It's a great book, easy read, affordable, lots of useful info, and you can order it from the link in my bio.
So the reason why I showed that one is,
God.
let me get back to you guys. So the reason I showed that one is because, it's our culture. It seems to me that, they weren't concerned about, controlling other people or enforcing it on other people. It was just the way, and it's way better than them punk ass 10 Commandments, right? So I don't know if you guys got anything to say about that, but then I can go on to the next one.
Hey, well, so what you think about the Orisha, Eric?
Hey, I believe it, man. It just one like I told you before. These are branches of the same stuff, just different groups because they branched off. People move and they carry it with them. These are another Western African traditional, you know, spirituality concept. But you will find them throughout when we research, you'll find them throughout West Africa, East Africa. You know what I mean? Everyone was kind of having their own take on creation, but they all had the same foundation. They all believed in one primary God concept and that kind of thing. So yeah, falls right in line with what a lot of the other information that we're starting to see come up out of Western Africa and Central Africa as well. But it's right on point.
Yeah, I really like it, man. Even just the words, man, have rhythm to them, man. It feels like this stuff. You know, it really is internalizing, you know. And you know, these things really have really affected my life, my character, my personality, you know, and how I interact with people, man, and how I view the world and treat the world and the earth and all those things in it, man, where I just didn't have that value. I wasn't desecrating everything, you know, but it just heightened it, you know, heightened the sensitivity to the goodness of all this stuff, man. So I love the study of my art, man, and all the extension from it, man. And so you know, and these 16, man, are just really impressionable, man. We got the 42 laws of my art, we got the principles, we got on and on and on, man. It's just beautiful to me, man. I'm getting ready to put up a post on Sankofa where it shows critical thinkers thinking, and it's got stacks of books, right? And then
can I get something to drink?
And then the Christian, I forgot how they labeled it, man, but it only has one book, you know, referring to exactly where I came out of, man. I'd stay in that Bible, man, you know, and anything that connected to it, man, except for this stuff, I never knew. So, you know, anybody else want to share on that? Prince, you all right for a minute?
Hey, Prince, what you think about the Orisha, man?
I don't really know too much. I need to do my research on it.
What you know about it? What did you like about those 16? Anything?
Oh yeah. I want to know who she was talking about when she was like Isis or Iris is in you, is in everyone. So that, you know, that one, and the harming of a human being or another person. Thought that was pretty loud. I thought all of them was pretty good.
Yeah, that's something, you know, we've done. I think Jamie did, and me too. We did a Sunday session, you know, and it included, you know, the Orishas and stuff like that. Jamie got a cold piece on it, for sure, though. So let's go to the next video. Anybody else? Carrie, you want to speak? Carrie, yeah?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. I know she told me last week to back up. So let's get back over here. Sorry, get back to where I was at. Go for. So I'm going to show this other bricks, this bricks deal, and then I'm going to jump into SETI. So don't lose focus.
Said we want to talk about
Patrick Dell's right there, man. That's the medicine man right there, man. You know, between him, Jamie, Carrie, Becky, Patrick Dell's and me, you know,
especially in the Black community.
Became a much healthier man.
Did you hear what just happened in the country of Chile?
This is the same cat, man, but
across the financial markets? No, probably not. The Western media, of course, hiding that from you. We'll get to that in a minute. Did you hear what Africa just did to the United States dollar? No.
No, I've been looking into it ever since.
Media is also hiding that from you. Did you see what Russia just did to the United States? Did you hear what just happened in the country of Chile that sent shockwaves across the financial markets? No, probably not. The Western media, of course, hiding that from you. We'll get to that in a minute. Did you hear what Africa just did to the United States dollar? No, probably not. The Western media is also hiding that from you. Did you see what Russia just did to the United States hegemony at their huge conference in St. Petersburg with more than 20 African nations attending? They said, no more American dollar. Enough is enough. No, you didn't see that on CNN because the entire American media infrastructure is corrupt and only concerned with one story, the indictment of Donald Trump.
Today, an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations of our national security laws, as well as participating in a conspiracy to obstruct justice.
We are witnessing the greatest financial upheaval in almost 100 years, and they care more about Trump having a box of documents in his house. What about the classified documents in Biden's garage next to his Corvette?
And by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage. Okay, so it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
Shut up, don't ask any questions. You're not
This
allowed
is
to
about
ask
10 more minutes long.
because it's all a distraction from what's really happening. The Western media is pretending that everything is fine, but it's not. Almost zero coverage of what I'm about to show you. The unipolar order, dominated for decades by the United States, is crumbling right before our very eyes. And let me tell you, it's not just some abstract concept, something that's being written on white papers. No, it has real consequences right now for every American who has money in a bank or is concerned about their family's future. First, let's talk about Africa. Something astonishing happened this week. Kenyan President William Samoei Ruto speaking to Parliament, announcing that Kenya would start trading in local currencies and not in the US dollar as they have been doing for decades. Holy smokes. The cracks are forming. Watch the standing ovation that he received from this speech.
From Djibouti, selling to Kenya, or traders from Kenya selling to Djibouti, have to look for US dollars. How is US dollars part of the trade between Djibouti and Kenya? Why? And we are not against the US dollar. We just want to trade much more freely. Let us pay in US dollars what we are buying from the US. But what we are buying from Djibouti, let's use local currency.
For far too long, the vibrant and resource-rich continent of Africa has been tethered to the United States dollar. But guess what? Africa is waking up, and it's moving away from the dollar faster than you can say economic independence. They have been kept under the thumb of the West for centuries. African nations are now suddenly embracing regional integration. Their neighbors, seeking to reduce their dependence on external currencies. Goodbye US dollar. And just this week, a Zambian politician spoke about how the West has been exploiting and raping Africa for centuries. And Africa is now demanding autonomy. They feel that Russia and China are trusted partners in that endeavor.
Just a few months ago, we had a democracy summit in Zambia where it was basically a Western and a US-led conference to draw back cooperation with both China and Russia for the African continent. They want to always dictate to us who our friends should be, who Africa should cooperate with. And they're willing to topple governments, to assassinate our leaders for this.
Wait a second.
Hey, so I just want to impart that what that lady was talking about is exactly what the lady that I was trying to find last week, which I just showed you a picture of her before I started this. Same thing she was talking about, almost verbatim. So a little validity.
Is that fake news, what she just said? The United States has been toppling governments in Africa in order to exploit them? Really? That sounds fake. I didn't hear about that on Anderson Cooper's show on CNN. Oh, wait. Yes, it's 100% true. In fact, the list is even too long to count. But here's just one example. This is Patrice Lumumba. He was the first prime minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and he was that leader for about 4 months, from June until September 1960, before he was killed by the West. Yes, the West assassinated him. Do you know what nefarious things he did to deserve to be killed by the West? Well, he was elected on a platform of keeping Congo's minerals and commodities for itself, instead of having them raped by the West. He even told the Western governments, he said, quote, "We are no longer your monkeys." Yes, he said that. He told the West to get out of his country, get out of our mines, get away from our minerals. These are our minerals. The West shook its collective head and said,
Yeah, I hope Facebook don't kick us off for this, man, but I was going to play it anyway.
hear you. Yeah, we hear you. But they didn't leave. The Western powers stayed in his mines. He begged the United Nations for help on top of it. They ignored him. Then Congo went to the Soviet Union for help. And guess what? The moment that happened, the CIA swooped in and helped assassinate him, along with the Belgians who were occupying the mines in the Congo. They worked together and took him out. So see how this works? Then the United States installed a puppet government, and the rest is Congo history. I could go on in Egypt, and Somalia, and Sudan. We'd be here all day. So is it any surprise that unipolar order is crumbling? The bullies are getting bullied themselves? Africa is watching international support moving away from America to China and Russia, and they are making a decision. They want to keep their sovereignty. They want to keep their own minerals, their own resources. Now, that very same politician from Zambia says, we're tired of being exploited. Akende Mamembe Chundama is her name. She says Africa has learned its lesson and is looking elsewhere for support.
Africa is a hub for natural resources. It has always been for the West. And now Africa has multiple options. Africa doesn't have to succumb to a bad deal that we get from the Western countries. Africa has choice now. We're moving to a multipolar world, and it's very clear that Africa now has many options. Cooperation with the West is not our only option. BRICS is opening doors for the African continent to say that even when it comes to financing, when it comes to infrastructure development, when it comes to a future for Africa, we've got different options today. So this doesn't sit well with the West.
But perhaps the biggest lightning bolt came from the country of Chile, which sits on a mountain of resources, particularly lithium, which is needed for just about every rechargeable battery-powered vehicle in the world and pretty much everything we're currently using in the year 2023 and beyond. Chile has the largest reserves of lithium in the world, and they've been exploited for years. Not anymore. The government announced the nationalization of their lithium production. They took control of it, and they took it out of the hands of Western governments that were looking to exploit it. The price of lithium then skyrocketed as a result. Chile is doing what Africa is doing. The tug of war between...
Hey, so I just wanted to say, he brought up a different point of where lithium was coming from in the major supply than from the video that Jamie played. So just two different views in that area.
Between the East and the West is real. And it used to be just the United States dollar, so it was an easy pick. You just went along with the United States because there was no other player in town. Not anymore. Now there are multiple players and multiple choices. Chile's nationalization of the lithium market marks one of the biggest events in the deglobalization resource commodities wars since they were underway, because countries do not want to sell their natural minerals for low prices in exchange for American protection. Hey, we'll sell you our minerals for cheap, but you've got our back. Your weapons, right? That's what the United States does. We'll protect you with our weapons. Now countries have a choice. Stay with the people that assassinate their leaders, exploited their minerals, force them to use a US dollar to settle transactions, or the alternative. And right now they're choosing the alternative. So will they get screwed over again by the alternative? Well, time, of course, will be the ultimate truth teller in that. And we will see whether the alternative is any better than the Western governments that have exploited them for decades. So that's the news update part of the video. Now I want to tell you about today's sponsor, which is tied directly to the demand for lithium worldwide. And that company is Lithium One Metals. Now, as Chile nationalizes its lithium and takes control, North America right now is scrambling to produce their own lithium. And Lithium One Metals has a promising lithium project in Quebec, which is quickly becoming...
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna finish it. You're gonna finish it out, right?
Yeah, I should, right?
Okay, yeah. Hey, so family, I just want y'all to know that, okay, this part of the video is about financial gain. Okay, so he's giving you the game right here, right now. Okay, so just pay attention to this because this is in real time. This is like right now. You can do this. Look at it right now. I think it was 38% when we looked. Me and my wife looked. All right, so just pay attention. Okay, but we checked. I think it was Friday. We checked, and it was 38%. It was 38 cent per share. So just pay attention to this. This is some real valuable information, family. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, and I wanted to point out too, you might remember, Jamie, because I don't, where he said that the lithium was majority in the video that you showed, because it was definitely a different locale.
Well, I mean, lithium I mean, that, that it's not just found, it's found all over, in a number of places. It's
But
just that
what
these are number one and, like number one and number two and number three spots that's top producers.
okay. But on this one, he's saying that this is the top producer. And I
Chile.
think on the one that you said, yeah, and I think the one that you played, he said they showed a variety of top producers, but they said one of them was the top producer, and it was different than this. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
For the viewers and stuff too. Do your research, and if you're interested in something like that, then do your research on it, and look at those two differences. Yes. So let's finish this out, and then I don't want to after I show this one, we'll give an opportunity for a quick response, because what I really want is what I'm really playing these for is the totality and what you feel, the soulful things that are derived in the soul and that pineal gland, right? Utilizing those, learning to utilize, going to those places instead of just out of thought, because we're dealing with like Prince is talking about, how come I can't just do that? I see you as this, right? Well, we're looking for receipts to back up the intent, right? Or the compliment. And so we can have some proof to work, right? So
or even the claim. We got to have some proof to the claim.
Exactly. So with the totality of the three videos, well, like I said, I'll give after we watch this video, if you want to respond, just respond something short. But think about putting it together, man. Those three videos, the four videos, and what are you deriving from the soul, like Princess was talking about? Let me go inside. Let me value me. Let me value my ancestors, and and whatever else, right? So that's just my train of thought. All right.
Becoming the #1 hub for lithium mining in North America. You see, the Biden administration passed something called the Inflation Reduction Act, which we all know was a joke, right? It doesn't actually decrease inflation at all, but what it does is actually carves out billions of dollars for green energy companies to install solar, batteries, charging stations, and all manner of green energy components. And it gives billions of dollars to companies that can build this green infrastructure in the United States and also Canada.
Canada's approach has been to work with friendly nations to develop supply chains. Of course, the U.S. is the leading partner. We're hearing now that the U.S. has actually been approaching Ontario mining companies to discuss a possible investment. Of course, they're anxious, the Americans, to secure supplies of crucial minerals such as lithium.
Yes, right now there is only one lithium mine in the United States. That's it. There's only one near-term lithium mine in Canada, featured on the news last month.
For now, preparations are underway. But this time next year, this site could be one of the only productive lithium mines in North America.
That's insane. And the company that I'm talking about is about to start drilling right there in Canada in these highly sought-after regions that she was just talking about. Lithium One Metals has a ticker symbol of LOMEF, and it's trading at a very cheap 34 cents a share right now. Now, over the past month, it's up 9%, and they haven't even started drilling yet. And they're about to, which is why I love bringing these companies to you at this stage, because I want to tell you about them before they start drilling. That's when we usually see the biggest explosion in stock price, historically speaking. If a company is cheap,
can you rewind that?
It starts drilling and it hits pay dirt, we usually and the company that I'm talking about is about to start drilling.
Is that far enough?
Whenever you get ready. That's up to you.
No. I was asking Prince, is that far enough? He wanted to rewind.
Yes, sir. That is perfectly fine right there.
Okay.
All right.
Right there in Canada in these highly sought after regions that she was just talking about. Lithium One Metals has a ticker symbol of LOMEF, and it's trading at a very cheap 34 cents a share right now. Now, over the past month, it's up 9%, and they haven't even started drilling yet. And they're about to, which is why I love bringing these companies to you at this stage, because I want to tell you about them before they start drilling. That's when we usually see the biggest explosion in stock price, historically speaking. You know, if a company is cheap and then it starts drilling and it hits pay dirt, we usually see that stock skyrocket. I'm not saying that's going to happen here. No one has a crystal ball, but I usually like to invest in these companies before they announce drilling results. That's the key. So again, they're about to start drilling in one of the most lithium heavy spots in Quebec, Canada right now. Right now, all countries are reevaluating their bargaining chips, and that makes natural resources more expensive. They're saying, wait a second, why are we shipping our precious minerals overseas for really cheap in order to get protection from something? It's ridiculous. So they're locking down, and the demand now is skyrocketing. Look at the price of lithium after Chile nationalized their lithium. Look at the spike in price, jumped 50%. Now, the reason I'm bringing you this company is because not only do I think there's massive upside if their drilling results are great, but also I love the executive team. The CEO and this team have done this multiple times. Their CEO in his previous company, Bonterra Resources, made a gold discovery that took that market cap from that company from 10 million to 200 million after they found gold in that drilling results. Today, Lithium One Metals has a market cap of 10 million as well. So, will history repeat itself with this same CEO? That, of course, is his goal. So, that's why I'm looking very closely at this company and what it does. On top of all of this, you have companies like Volkswagen, Ford, Tesla,
What was the name of
all
the
buying
company?
stakes in lithium mining companies right now because the entire supply chain is broken. So imagine what happens if Lithium One Metals hits lithium in their drilling and shows incredible drilling results. Will one of these car companies start to buy a stake in the company? Who knows? Again, I don't have a crystal ball, but at 34 cents a share, I'm going to buy a few shares just to find out. Again, the company has just started drilling in a number of their projects, so timing could be ideal here as they are fully capitalized for this drilling program, and drilling results are going to be arriving very, very shortly. So guys, do your own due diligence on this company right now. Again, the company name is Lithium One Metals, trading at 34 cents a share as of this recording. Their stock ticker is LOMEF, and you need to use one of those bigger brokerages to trade this stock like E-Trade or TD Ameritrade. Personally, I use E-Trade for all of my smaller market cap companies. So, your mileage may vary. You pick whatever you like. So let's see what kind of drilling results they get and where this stock price goes. I'm very excited about it. And we will see you next time, everyone.
20 years.
Hey, so listen,
Did you hear
man.
what just happened in the country?
I just want to say this, man. Like, first of all, hey, just check out the stocks that he's talking about, the lithium. Check it out. Get it because, like I said, the last time I checked it, which was Friday, it was 38 cents a share. It's a good stock to look into, man. Probably a good stock to invest in. Check it out, man. Just do your research, right? Now, what I was gonna say is, as far as this BRICS thing going, man. Now you guys got to understand that this is the same thing that Gaddafi, right? But this is the same thing that Gaddafi did, right? The same thing he tried. He was going change the currency. He was going to take Africa and his country, because remember, I think he was in Libya, and if you remember, man, like he didn't have no homelessness in his country. Wasn't no homeless, man. Everybody went to school, you know what I mean, for free. Didn't cost him nothing. Free, the medical was free. You know what I mean? Like he laid it out for his country, right? But he was
Jamie,
going.
you know your camera ain't on?
Oh yeah, do it? Is it? No, my bad. Hey, but yeah, so he so he was gonna do the same thing, man. He was gonna take the resources and make his own currency, or do his own bank. You know what I mean? And United States wasn't buying that, right? And so that's why they went ahead and knocked him off. So but just think about this. Now you got these countries that are coming together, right? That's It's, United States, only thing the United States could do now is declare war, because it'd just be real crazy that all 5 or 6 leaders of these countries just come up dead. You know what I mean? Because that's what the United States is into. They put you to sleep if you get to moving too much for them. You know what I mean? Just like Patrice Lumumba, what they did with him. You know what I mean? He told him that he was going to keep his resources to himself. They hurry up, knocked him off. No, we ain't doing that, buddy. Right? So that's all I'm saying, King, is just do your research, man. I don't, just do your research on it, man. Look it up. Hey, look it up, man. Go ahead, King. You muted, King. Can't hear you.
I said BRICS is let me let Eric go. Eric, do you want to say something?
Oh, not really, man. I'm gonna listen. That's very interesting.
Yeah, are
Very.
you familiar? Are you familiar with BRICS?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, but I mean, this like I say, bro, they moving us. Like I said, Gaddafi was trying to pull us action, and you see what happened with him. So it's always been a battle for power. And so shit, is it? They should have. I'm glad Africa doing it. I just hope that Africa don't get into politics and fuck themselves like they've been fucking themselves for the last 1,000 years. Because they
Right.
come in with personal interest and worried about how much white pussy they're gonna get and how much. I'm not like racist. I'm just saying how much women they can get outside their country, how many vacations they can take, and all that kind of stuff. Their people, because a lot of the folks, man, they just trying to mimic the colonizers' behavior because that's the mindset. That's all I got with it. But yeah, video is good, man.
Yeah, you brought up a good point, man. Prince, you can share right after this if you will. You brought up a good point, and then you said, I'm not, a racist or anything like that, and because what you're talking about is legit, man. We talked to a couple people over in Africa, me and Jamie did, and they want what's Western, right? And we're attracted to what's in Africa, right? And so your depiction
I
of
want
what
to go to Mozambique. Damn right.
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
exactly. I'll be telling man, look, I want to go to Swaziland. Shit, I ain't trying to run to Hollywood, Italy. What? I want to go down there where they dancing in grass skirts. Yeah.
That's right, King. Hey, but I'm just saying, man, like, hey,
Yes, sir.
hey, but he right though, man. Like,
Thicker than a snicker.
like I said, King, oh man, you just got to do your research, man, and check this out. I don't know why this is not on mainstream media. It's blowing me away. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, like I said, because it's not on mainstream media, you would think that it's a conspiracy theory, right? You would think that, man, because there's no way that they wouldn't be talking about this, right? Right?
Let's not get too deep into that because
Yeah.
I want you to tie it into what Seti is pointing out, man. And
All right.
really, so it's kind of like two parts. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm just gonna play a part. And all three of these that I showed are on Sankofa, right? The first 10, right? First 15 or so. But let me let Prince share.
Well, I feel like it's I think it's a good move on I think it's a good move on Africa's part. I know they got a lot of things that they do in the West, but I think it's like this. I think it's like you got some Africans that came over here and they adapted to it, but you got true Africans who were born in Africa who love their country and are getting excited about the independence to finally be able to use their resources and to make their moves on themselves. And I agree with what the chick was saying, 100%. I've always felt like why Africa hadn't come together like a government and join teams amongst clans and just made it one huge government. And that would be a beautiful thing to see with Africa, to be honest with you. So I think it's a good move. I think it's like the best thing that I've heard the dude was talking about, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like all the military bases, I feel like the United States have done a lot of things, man, that have not been jumped up on, such as crimes of war, man. I stand firm on that. I love America, but America don't love me. I say that again. I love America, but it don't love me. So I just agree with anybody or any form of people who can independent themselves and stand on their own. And I think it's, like I said, I think it's a good sign for Africa, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's good, man. You know, and I wanted to tell you that you have to remember, man, stop running away from this truth, is that the best things that you heard are from me.
That's right.
Right. So, you know, and then Eric brought up a good point too, man. And I think I've said something on that too, is, you know, it seems from me and Jamie's contact with people in Africa and all the history that I found, you know, of modern times is they want what's Western. They want what's over here. And Eric talked about that when he said, you know, they have the mind of the colonizers. You know, no wonder things are not working, right? I think that's what he was referencing.
But do you think now? But what I'm saying is, do you think now that they're doing this, they'll be able to do that, to break away from that mindset of the colonizers? You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, and like Eric and Jamie was pointing out, you know, hopefully, you know, they don't fall into the politics. And the dude that was on the video, you know, he said, you know, we'll see if they're going to get burnt again. You know, if they're setting themselves up to do the same thing again, and coming from the mind of a colonizer, man, you know, you really can't help but to fail in that. But I think that's what Erica was talking about. So
yeah, definitely shaking hands with Putin. Definitely shaking hands with Putin. Yeah.
Say that again.
I say, yeah, definitely shaking hands with
Putin. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, both of you guys. Yeah, no doubt. All right, so let's get into SETI. Like I said, you know, he was talking about one of the things that pierced me was when he was talking about reading books, right? So I'm not going to expose him no more than that. But that's one of the things that hit me, man. So when I say tough skin, man, you know, and I really care about this stuff. So, and then one other thing I wanted to say is, it seems to me, and it's really obvious, that, you know, the world treats Africa unlike a mother, right? The motherland, right? Unlike a mother. And and it's becoming so much more visible and blatant that we treat our mothers the same way, right? So that's just a perspective to think about and shit like that. I never treated my mother that way, right? But, you know, worldwide, you know, as a whole. And I think it's pretty fucked up.
Get so emotional, man. What's all these emotions today, man?
I don't know, it ain't emotions, man. You gotta get in the thesaurus, man, and pick another word. Right?
I wish I was there. I wish I was there, man. Give you a big old hug today, baby. I just want to give you a big old hug, man.
You stick with it, man.
Yeah, I give me a hug, man. I love you,
man. Yeah. You're making me blush, man. Right? All right, let's get back to the business.
Man, Carrie, get that man a hug. God damn, go on there and get a hug, man.
Come on. Gary, you want to say something?
I'll give you a hug.
Okay. Hey, Gary, be on that. Don't be messing with Biden. Don't be messing with Biden, boy. Right? Tread light. Don't be messing with Biden, and don't be messing with Obama. Right?
No, that's
right.
Oh, she a Biden fan?
Hey, man. You know, definitely ain't no Trump fan for sure.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I know that's right.
Yeah, she be getting sick on that. So let's get to the next one.
Yeah, old man or pimp or whichever.
Right. Somewhere I gotta go right over here.
Okay, Biden come president, you gonna have to call him every day to tell him his name.
It's all right.
Side up. You understand what I'm saying? We are people of the southern now.
All right, so get ready, right? You know,
Uh-oh, here we go.
Anybody with virgin ears, man, you know, don't let the thin
Oh,
skin
Lord.
flap over you.
Oh,
Don't let the thin skin flap over your ears and miss the message, man. You know,
Oh, Lord.
you know, we all got a, you know, a specific gift to offer, man. So, and then research to do and reason to be attracted to it, you know, provide that. So, you know, all I'm really providing today, man, is, you know, a bunch of stuff and a variety, as we see, of information to research, you know, and look at your soul, man. That's the hard, you know, and be able to feed the mind, man. That pineal gland working, you know, just shit like that, man. Is what I think.
Preach, brother. Power to the people.
People, you sick. All right, let me get my point, man. Let me get my minute mark here. I think it was 2. Hold on.
About to get militant up in here. It's about to get militant up in here, boy.
Yeah, man. And said he's from Detroit, man. So he's from the hood. You know. All right, let's start there.
Niggas right here, they can't even get to the corner store without the goddamn MapQuest. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we are people that's disoriented. You know, we don't have no orientation. You got some motherfuckers say they come from up under the ocean and say, nigga, where you come from? Say, I'm from Atlantis. I say, well, where that at, my nigga? Can we put that shit in the GPS? Motherfucker can't put it in the GPS. So that leads to...
Hey, let me just say this one more time, man. So just keep your attention, man, because you're gonna flow into some really interesting stuff to me. You know, some of you may be familiar with it, but nevertheless, it's really interesting.
Nowhere. You know, and where you from, nigga? I'm from Lumeria. I say, well, where's Lumeria at, nigga? Where at on the map is Lumeria? It's up under the water. So it's under the water. I say, well, goddamn, why does everything lead to nothing? You understand what I'm saying? Some niggas is from way out there in the goddamn stars, and I'm with you. I understand allegory and this, that, and the third. But I wasn't born on no star, nigga. I was born from my mama womb. I ain't right here on the planet Earth. And so when it come time for niggas to do what they got to do on the earth and be held responsible for the shit that they got to do on the earth, choo, niggas out of here. Niggas out of here. They take the first motherfucking rocket ship up out of here. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna take the first motherfucking rocket ship up out of here. So, you know, we from a lot. So, see, we don't have no orientation. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the casualties. That's one of the goddamn casualties of being, in a so-called conscious community. And I have to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers wonder why the conscious. I said, what the fuck? Where's consciousness on the map? You know what I'm saying? That's a goddamn, in a way, just a never-ending portal. That a bottomless pit, motherfucker falling and fall. Where is it? And this motherfucker, his holy land, Israel. This motherfucker from Morocco, and he don't even know where. And it ain't the Morocco in Africa. It's some other Morocco. Al Morocco and all this shit. And this nigga from Mecca and this nigga from over here, and goddamn Sindhu land and all of this shit. So, and all of this is swallows up in what we call the conscious community. And you wonder why ain't nobody got nowhere, because don't nobody know where the fuck they going. They don't have no orientation. You know what I'm saying? And one key factor, and I say that, I say, damn, you know, why is the world upside down? Motherfuckers say, and it's upside down, not the one that's on my thumb image, my thumbnail, but the one you looking at. You saw many niggas talking about, but they don't stress that. You know what I'm saying? And they not gonna stress that because if they stress it, it's gonna destroy whatever myth they believe in. Because some motherfucker, if you go out the Bible, they say, oh, it started over in Mesopotamia. Okay, it started in Mesopotamia. And I ain't, even the white man ain't found no ancient art fossils, and even all of that is a bunch of, you know, put together myths. You understand what I'm saying? That I'm gonna destroy that shit very soon too when I destroy this migration, you know, early human migration myth. And I got that lined up for tomorrow. I'm gonna crack their head, which is connected to evolution. You see what I'm saying? But if you understand the orientation, and I'm gonna show you today. And when I show you this shit, it's this right here should totally just, and a lot of motherfuckers gonna run from it. And they're gonna run from it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you where the Indian man, which he ain't the original man of that land over there. I told y'all that. You understand? They done did the same thing over there that these Peckerwoods done did over here. Then ran all the African, murdered and executed. Just like in Tasmania. You go to Tasmania today, ain't one original Tasmanian over there. Goddamn cracker. So if you went over there and you didn't have no history that there was once a whole nother people there, you wouldn't know, you know, that they some fraudulent, you know, conquerors, and you know what I'm saying, that came in and seized another man's land. So that's the same with much of Southern Asia, just the whole of Southern Asia. Not this part, you know what I'm saying? Now it's just, you know, pockets, you know, across the map. Let me bring something up as a talk. So you see right here, you see, now, this is top side up. See, for the nigga out there, I threw him a curveball. You're gonna say, God damn, it is upside. No, nigga, it's top side up. You understand what I'm saying? We are people of the Southern Nile. We the people of the Southern Africa. Because that's where the African went, in which I'm gonna show. You understand what I'm saying? He went south before he came down north. When they looking at, you know, a lot of the early human, you know, settlements is in Southern Africa. Yeah, long before they come to East Africa. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, this is top side up. Now, let me work out with y'all. I had to keep going over this shit. Now, here, that's a beautiful map. I've been searching for this for so long. Let me come on up out of here so I can give you the bigger picture. Let me give you the bigger picture. Okay. So, when you're looking at orientation, you see right here, this little, it ain't really little, but compared to the continent, it look like a little speck of water sitting on the east coast of in the middle, mid-east Africa, right there. You see, that's the source of the Nile, the source of the White Nile, right there in Uganda, between Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania. You know, so this is the home of the early Africans that came down that river. But as they congregated around these Great Lakes, you understand what I'm saying? They went south. They went south. You got the Khoisan over there, you know, in the Kalahari, South Africa. You see what I'm saying? You got the Twa over here in the Congo rainforest. You see what I'm saying? So, and then they came down. So this is down north. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me just bring this shit up. Let me just bring this shit up. Motherfucker, north, you know, we say north because that's a word that says, you know, in a particular direction. You see what I'm saying? But it ain't got to be, that the term ain't got to be north. Shit, you can flip that shit, but it's how you train motherfuckers. You can train a motherfucker. What is north? You could have said that was east. You understand? You could have switched it, and then, so you know what I'm saying? The latitude, you understand, is east and west, longitude, north and south. You see what I'm saying? You can switch that shit. So it's all on how your ass get trained. You know what I'm saying? So those are just terms. So when we say north, north is towards Europe. Okay, north is, but it's down north. Because we begin at the beginning of the night. So when we go towards Egypt, we're going down. The river is flowing down. It's not flowing up. The river is flowing from the interior of Africa down into Egypt. Okay, so that's down is toward, so that's down north. Now, if you come up the river, you're coming up the river to go south. That's up south. Ethiopia is up south. Uganda is up south. Kenya is up south. You see what I'm saying? And so in order to regulate that map, you understand, in its true orientation, you have to put Africa top side up. We came down the river. Europe is at the bottom. You should not have no fucking map with Europe at the top at all. Nigga, that if you sit in there and you ain't teaching, that's one, because that's gonna clear up a lot of shit right there. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna, and once people and see, that's easily can be proven that that's how they taught in ancient Africa. Okay, we're gonna go straight to the facts. So when you look at the nomes of Africa, which is districts, let me blow this up a little more. I'll come back in. These are the districts of ancient Egypt, which are counties. You see what I'm saying? You can say those are the closest thing to a county. Now, this is how they counted. The first county was Taseti in the south. You see, number 2. 3 was where Narmer came from, Nikan. So that right there, now Narmer is the first king. He's the first king of ancient Egypt. See how far down that man came from? That man came from all the way down. Let me take that out of there. Let me take that out of there for right now. You see right there, you can see he come from the District 3. You understand what I'm saying? County Nikan. Okay? Hyrcanopolis. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. You see what I'm saying? Nikan. So you see right there. Then you got 4. And so you see when it get to 22, see, this is what they call Upper Egypt. See, and before it was even Egypt, this right here from 1 to 22 was Ethiopia. This wasn't even Egypt yet. You understand what I'm saying? The first capital of Egypt is Memphis. I want to clear that up now. I want to clear that up so y'all understand that from 1 to 22 is which later became Upper Egypt, because these are the 22 nomes of Upper Egypt. These are the 20 nomes of Lower Egypt. Okay, so a lot of people, you know, you got certain motherfuckers that try to play that Middle Egypt, and that's all right. That's all right. You understand what I'm saying? For nigga that, then, you know, because they don't want to put the whole picture together. The first 22 nomes of what later became Upper Egypt was Ethiopia. Okay, the first capital, hear me out, of Egypt is Memphis. Okay, and so you see Memphis is the first nome of Upper Egypt, but these 22 nomes already been laid. You see what I'm saying? Because Nikan, Narmer, the first, he come from down here. He come from the third nome. You understand what I'm saying? Nikan, where they found the Narmer's palette, where they found Scorpion Mace Head, Narmer Mace Head. You understand? That's where they found that at, down there. So he, even though he king of Egypt, you understand, he still went to his his homeland, his ceremonial holy land, which was Nican, and that's where they found much of that king's his artifacts, a lot of his artifacts during his rule. So you see right there,
So we got about 5 more minutes of this.
Counting down. You know, the top is 1, 2, counting down, and 22 is near the delta. And then when they got to Lower Egypt, this is really Egypt. This was Ethiopia. So when they say the uniting of the two lands from 1 to 20 down in the delta is really Egypt. Okay, that's Egypt. And then they united Ethiopia and Egypt, and this is the uniting of the two lands. And so you will see many of, you will see Happy, and you will see the two gods, they twisting the vine of, the two lands together. You see what I'm saying? So, but later on, as it began to grow and they became one and everything became known as Egypt, this has been forgotten. But if you want to read up on that even deeper, go get The Destruction of Black Civilization by Dr. Chancellor Williams. If you ain't got that, your ass bullshit. You need to quit watching all these goddamn videos on goddamn YouTube. Nigga, get you some Chancellor Williams. Get you some Dr. Ben. Get you some Sheikh Diop. Get you some Drusilla Dungy Houston. Get you some Ivan Van Sertima up there, goddammit. What the hell y'all down there? What the fuck is y'all reading? Y'all niggas ain't even reading. Y'all niggas ain't even reading. Y'all niggas just watching videos and shit. That's all right. At least you're trying to do something. But nigga, the mind, when you read, you conjuring areas of the mind that cannot be conjured by just watching something. Unless you got some of them goddamn images from SETI. Now, if you got goddamn niggas can't even go to sleep at night. I just motherfucker be on emailing me talking about goddamn, man, the shit you showed me, dog, I can't even go to sleep. This shit is in my head so goddamn deep. I just want to wake up in the middle of the night and just start doing goddamn research. So you see right here, we can prove that the Africans are counting from the south down. And so Europe is at the bottom, okay? And so now, what am I saying? So for just like Egypt, just like the knowledge is flowing from the interior, so it is with the rest of the civilizations on the planet, okay? You can see that the Africans are sailing in, from the south down into these areas and establishing civilization in Southern Asia, okay? Because in the South, in every instance that the civilization of that area, whether it be, let me blow this up so y'all can see a bigger picture. Whether it be what they call Mesopotamia, whether it be over here with the Indus, whether it be over here in China. You see what I'm saying? The Africans settled all of that, and I can prove it. You understand what I'm saying? I can prove it, because all of that migration shit, even when you're dealing with migration, goddamn, I mean, you can't put another people in the land until we show up. Because if you're going to deal with this fake migration and fake evolution shit, that when the man came into the land, he had to be African before he mutated. Okay, so ain't nowhere on the planet you can place another people before you can place that original African in the goddamn land. Okay, unless you're going to prove another source of how you got on this planet, which I wish you would do, because we do not claim you at all. I don't, and don't have to. Some motherfuckers got to find a way, because that crackatosis is running hard in their ass. And so they got to look, oh man, we all come, bitch, shut up. We don't all come from nothing. You understand what I'm saying? That's a wicked goddamn hypothesis created to destroy us. And we got to know that and understand that and move away from them goddamn lies. And so you see here, now, this is a beautiful map. I love this map. It's vivid. I love it. And so you see again, you can see when you talk about the Indus, let me move these up out of here. These are the brothers coming across that water with that tray. And just like I said, ain't no Indian Ocean. And I see just recently Africa is talking about renaming the Indian Ocean. How many years I've been already saying this was the Kushite Ocean? How many years? Goddamn, I've been teaching that for over 20. Ain't no goddamn how it's gonna be an Indian when ain't no goddamn Indian. Goddamn, the Africans coming across these waters before Indian even existed. Then you got down here, you got the Arabian Sea, and the goddamn Arab ain't nothing but a landlocked camel herder. Ain't never heard of a goddamn ship until they made up these goddamn lies about a Sinbad. You ain't never heard of no goddamn Arab on no ships. Goddamn it, we put them motherfuckers on the ship. You ever heard of goddamn Muhammad and them fighting on the seas? Them motherfuckers was fighting on the backs of horses and camels. They didn't know nothing about no goddamn boats or none of that. Come on now. And they're gonna name a sea after a landlocked camel herder people. You understand what I'm saying? That just show you that they play all of this shit got to be renamed. Not only the orientation, but you don't even see and you created it all. You don't even see your name nowhere. You wouldn't even know you had, anything to do with these areas. But we founded the whole of the southern Asian continent is Kushite. It was the original people of the land. It wasn't the Indian, wasn't the Oriental, wasn't no other people in that land but the Kushites. It was as African as goddamn the continent of Africa. And that many areas have been, been wiped out. The conquerors and colonizers have came in, no different than they came in many other lands. In some lands, they were more brutal, and they were always brutal, but so brutal till they just wiped out whole populations to where you no longer have, there's no identity that they were even there. You see, but there's still enough Africa there to let you know, and they won't even publicize it. Just very recently, you will see it on TV where you will see some African, they wiping them out. The Andaman Islands. It ain't gonna be long. They're gonna wipe that out. Them damn them Indians, they smile in your motherfucking face. They over there, committing genocide, taking over the land. You understand what I'm saying? So it won't be long before they'll have them on a reservation or some shit, and then they'll be extinct. You see what I'm saying? So let me come on down. And so you see, in which I'm gonna blow it up much clearer. So you see right here. When you talk about the Indus is right here in Pakistan now. They separated India. The British separated Pakistan from Greater India. The British did that and gave Pakistan to the Muslims and gave India to the Hindus. But you see right there that this river right here, the Indus River, which I'm going to show y'all much clearer, right, is the closest to Africa. Everything is close. You see right here. Down here, right there on the Persian Gulf, right there, Kuwait, southern Iraq is where Sumer was. All of it is in the south. You understand? Very close to the what they call the Arabian Sea, which is nearest to Africa. You see what I'm saying? That the Africans are sailing down into these areas. And because they've got so many river systems that they have already built up in Africa, they go into areas, that's very similar to the area where they come from. And they go, right to work, building up a colony and then, expand and expand. Because once you built up to the point where you got, you got so much wisdom and knowledge, you got so much export, you know what I'm saying? Then you go to other areas, people expand because it could get crowded. You understand, in certain areas. So they'll move over and start, they still connected. But yet they still connected. Now, let me.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. And this, once again, this is on Sankofa. Eric, I wasn't sure if I didn't get to talk to you to see if you had already watched that video or not. But nevertheless, for everybody else.
No, I haven't watched that. No,
Yeah,
I haven't watched that particular one, but he right on point. I couldn't
Say that again.
I said, I couldn't have said it better.
No, good, good. I'm glad you agree, man. I'm glad you agree. I was really hoping to be able to, oh no, let me get back to you guys.
Hey, but you see where all that, see that this is the thing, man, that always, you know, trip me out is this, people don't understand, man, that that your doctrine is coming pretty much like coming out of Iraq.
Right.
You know
Dude,
what I'm
because
saying?
remember when I told you I had studied Babylon, I studied upper and lower Judea and in other parts, and I just always thought it was in Africa. I
Yeah.
always thought it was in Africa, man. I guess it's question about Judea, but definitely Babylon, because I read a lot on that part in the Bible, man, and studied a lot. Go ahead, though.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, man, that a lot of that stuff, a lot of those stories come out of Iraq and modern day Iraq. People don't understand that, man. You know what I mean? That like you ain't even you ain't even practicing your own continental. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have your own doctrine. You got a doctrine from Iraq.
Right.
Like, like, come on, people, wake up, man.
Yeah.
What you think, Eric? What you think about that? Eric, can you hear me?
You might have walked away from.
I'm right here. I mean, I just had you muted because I was looking for this quick video, but he's right. He's been studying, man, and it shows. But also, a bigger thing is that he makes sense. If you ain't ready to fight for your history, if you don't know your history, you're not in a position to fight for it if you don't know it.
That's right.
And that's the bottom line. If you don't take yourself to school and get educated as much as you can, you're not prepared.
I mean, that's just on. I mean, that's to me, that's part of taking care of yourself, man. It's to know where you know who you are and where you came from, man. See what a lot of people don't understand, man, that you know this don't only just give you the knowledge of where you come from and who you are, man, but you get financial. You can get, listen, man. You can make some money, man. You can get money. You know what I mean? Just studying this stuff, you 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 automatically run into ways to make money.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, all
you gain, the more you expand your mind, man, and get out of that cognitive thinking, man, the more resources you gain to feed your soul and purpose, man. Seems to me that that's what you're saying.
I mean, not yeah, that and just the fact that just like the end of that video, man, like the dude showed some stock that you could buy into that's cheap. 34 cent, man. 38 cent now. From last time I checked. 38 cent, man. And it just started. So just think about it, man. Just like when Amazon first launched and how much they were before, in the beginning. They were just worth some change. Now this stock is 34 cent, right? 38 cent, right? Now just think about it. In 5 years, if it does what they think it's gonna do, if they hit pay dirt, bang. I mean, come on, man. You're gonna win. You're gonna win just like they won, in Amazon. The people that put their money into it, the people that put their money into the Bitcoin when it first came out, and they hit, the millions. I'm just saying, man, like this thing, what we doing, man, is we pushing this stuff, man. I mean, it ain't as if you don't know or you can't find this stuff out on your own. But I'm just saying, man, like, we're gonna bring it to the front. We're gonna bring it to the front and see if and if in case you missed it, just in case you missed it, man. And that's what this is about, right? So yeah, but yeah. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead, Eric. What you think, man? What you? Yeah, go ahead, King.
What's your question?
No, just hold on. I mean, Prince, what you think?
Oh man, that was real. It was informative. That was the second time I've seen things like Africa turned upside down. Let's say with the map and whatnot. I've looked into that too. That's pretty wild too. How they wanted the power on top to make it seem like they were on top. But again, if you just look at, like you said, with the Nile River, the flow of it itself, you know what I'm saying? So that's a big factor right there, That's just a wonder of this world where the river flows the opposite direction, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's pretty deep, man. It's pretty informative, I'll tell you that much.
And it don't stop either. It don't stop either, man. SETI is putting it down at this. Go ahead, Prince.
No, it was pretty good. Like I said, I liked it a lot, man. It was pretty powerful, man. I mean, the way he come across, I get it. He wants your attention, and then he says it even in a way where he trying to punk you to go get a book and read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't believe the hype, go pick up a book, look at it yourself. And like I say, it was something to see and something to hear, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
It blew me away.
SETI got some good stuff, man. I was really intrigued by the the 1 through 22, and then the Upper and Lower Egypt description, and then the map upside down, and the description that he talked about. So I mean, I got a lot out of it too. I'm digesting it, because I've been watching Chancellor Williams. I mean, listening to Chancellor Williams' book of the destruction of a Black civilization. I've been listening to that too, so I'm digesting it a whole lot.
You say you've been listening to that?
Say that again?
You've been listening to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to everybody on the panel.
Yeah, it's in audio. It's definitely in audio, man, too.
Yeah. That's what
you can send it to me.
Huh?
Yeah. I'll send it to everybody on the panel, sure. Yeah,
What'd you say, Eric?
Hey, also, I want to say something real quick. When you watch that video again, listen to what he said and find the significance in those numbers. He said there were 22 and 20. Check that out. Put those, each district represents something. Put those two, you add those two together, you get what?
44?
42.
You said it was 22?
42.
42.
You said 22 and 22?
20 and 22.
Now, Jehudi teaches that each one represents a mayat.
Yeah, and that's where I was
Principles of
going.
mayat. One of the negative confessions. Yeah. So yeah, it was very significant that he put that out there just for those who are interested in the number. That number is significant, very significant.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't pick up
Those
on that.
numbers.
So I mean, what's the significance of that? You don't want to get into that?
So he's saying the significance of it is the 42 laws of Ma'at.
The continuity, it describes and identifies you the continuity in which education and information travel and in which direction that it traveled. That's the important thing, because earlier we were saying about, I was explaining how these belief systems, they were shared by all of the folk but it was just in different ways based on where they were, down south or down north or up south. And as it traveled, it varied. People moved, people migrated. People say, hey, I'm gonna go up there where my cousins at. That kind of thing. So, but they all understood that these principles were how we need to govern ourselves, no matter where you were.
That's right.
So my thought was by naming or identifying each one by one of the principles reminds all that there's a connection between all. No matter where we go, we're gonna find and live amongst them same principles and be able to function like we were functioning. We were up north or down south or out west or out east. Period. That was continuity. That's what we don't have now. We don't have enough continuity now. And that's part of what's missing.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
And that would fix a whole lot of things too. If it was something like that. Like each state had the same laws and all that, but that ain't the Western's way.
No, they buck wild, man.
Yeah.
So I was told my desire was to get to provide something for everybody to be able to see something new, maybe, or something to add to what they know, or something to research, and something intriguing. And we got to see the BRICS, IFA, and SETI talking about over in the mother. This is a good show. This is a good show to me. I mean, we ain't done yet if you don't want to be done. I'm just saying, my part is good.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. Like SETI is always inspiring, man. Y'all can, family, go to Cyrus Suit and SETI YouTube page and subscribe. He he got so much information, King, that it's unreal, man. The brother got video after video after video after video, man, that you can check out on any just about any subject dealing with religion and spiritual systems. Okay, so hey, go again, go to Cyrus Suit and SETI YouTube page and subscribe. Like I said, the brother got fire over there. He even got a Patreon that you can get on, and you can buy some videos that's too hot for YouTube. And when I say they too hot for YouTube, they too hot for YouTube, King. Really, they really are. You're not gonna see these on YouTube. So you just go on over there, man, and check out General, man. Hey, my man he on fire, man. And it's just you're not gonna find too many. You ain't gonna find nobody really, man, that's gonna better dispute what the brother's saying. So, like I said, just go on over there, man, and check him out, man. He does lives almost every day. So check him out. Go ahead, King. My bad. I just wanted to put that out there, man. But another thing, man. Yeah, Eric, I was just asking what you think about that when I said about their doctrine pretty much coming out of Iraq.
Oh, out of Iraq. Okay. Yeah, that doctrine. If now that you see geographic, how travel.
Hold on, Eric. Hey,
Do
go
you
back
see
and
how
say
many
that again.
times it takes?
Hey, Eric, say that one more time. You broke up.
I said that based on looking at the map that he showed you, you can see now how information and people travel from what they originally would call up south to down north. By the time it got to down north, it was watered down, and you had other people who were interested in what we were doing. So by the time Iraq got it, they had modified it to suit them. That's all it was. And then once Iraq got it, that's how we ended up getting it shortly after that. But I just sent both. I just sent y'all some. I want to know if y'all was familiar with this brother, the same brother who did Heavy as the Crown. He's got a
James
page on
Small.
YouTube also. Building 7. No, Small than another brother named Chris. But Smalls he interviewed. He was part of that. But the company that the brothers does who produced that film and the one that came before that. And like I said, I sent both of y'all a link to one of the videos. And if you want to play that, it's like a 13-minute video. That'll give you a little touch of what they talk about Kush and cuneiform and the Metronetta. But these brothers heaven, man. You gotta get information, but I sent you both a link. I messaged you both the link. So Jamie, if even one of y'all want to play it, man, it's right there.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamie.
I sent it to y'all message.
Jamie, play it. Will you? Oh yeah, he was already on it. Jamie be on it, man. He a wizard. He in the lab.
Straight up.
You gotta turn it up.
The name Medu Neter is kind of created in ancient Kemet, but the writing system we call Medu Neter existed from the interior of Africa. So I would like to say that there were symbols that the Chwa, the San, and the
Hey,
Khoi
Jamie, can you start that over?
that kind of morphed.
That's Mfudisi.
The name Medu Neter is kind of created in ancient Kemet, but the writing system we call Medu Neter existed from the interior of Africa. So I would like to say that there were symbols that the Chwa, the San, and the Khoi used that kind of morphed into the Kushites, and then the Kushites morphed it into Kemet. But when Kemet came into existence around 4240, Medu Neter was already being used in O. The Quastel incense burner shows you that. The Quastel incense burner is about 300 to 500 years before Narmer. It shows the king wearing the white crown. It shows him holding the Nkaka, sitting on the sacred throne. It shows Haru on top of the White House. You know, so all of that writing was there. And a lot of the so-called art that you see on the bowls of the Nubian vases and vases and stuff like that, which we thought was just art, was actually writing system. Received the word Neter, received certain cities. So the first decipherment you can see was names of cities and trade. So the concept of trade really developed the writing system because we're trading oil. We need to have a record of it. So numbers already we had established that thousands and thousands of years ago. So now we had to have the name with the numbers. So now that's when they created, you know, so you see these symbols that represent a city, symbols that represent a king or a ruler. So that existed from the interior of Africa. And you will see some of these symbols go back 60,000 years. The symbol of Haru can be found on Adam's calendar in South Africa, right? So it's just like Nata Playa. So Adam's calendar is a precursor to Nata Playa. It's on the 30th parallel. The Great Zimbabwe is on the 30th parallel. The Great Pyramid at Giza is on the 30th parallel. So I'm trying to show you this coordination all the way down the 30th parallel from Kemet at the top, the bottom of Africa, to the top of Africa, South Africa. Everything in alignment. So they're in existence. Now that can be dated more than 60,000 BCE. So that really messes people up. So now let me ask you, what was happening in Asia 60,000 years ago? What was happening in Europe 60,000 years ago? We have Denisovan and Neanderthal. I don't think they were writing anything, bro. I don't think they were reading anything. I don't even think they were talking. I think they were grunting like the gorillas and the chimpanzees and stuff like that. Okay. So, you know, we have to put things in space. That's why a timeline becomes so important when we're teaching the Kemetic spiritual system. In terms of organized writing and stuff like that, yes, Kemet, it was believed to be that cuneiform, that Europeans tried to make cuneiform older. But cuneiform came slightly afterwards, but close to it, right? But I want to say this here. The founders of cuneiform and the founders of Badu Necha are the same people. They both are Kushites. Kush. When you go to Sumer in Asia there, Sumer was created by Nimrod, the son of Cush. So I want people to go back and look at these stories. Nimrod, Canaan, the Blackheads, the Gigi, these are all coming from ancient Kush. So the same people that founded Kemet, it was the same foreparents that founded Mesopotamia and all of that. So I want people to understand that cuneiform, the only difference is that cuneiform is abstract only. You have to know the culture and the language to translate that. Badu Necha is holographic and based upon nature. So it's symptomatic. One is totally symbolic and one is symptomatic. Symptomatic means that I can show you the origins of why that came into existence because I understand its nature. So that's why I teach symptomatic thinking in the Badu Necha. I wanted you to understand when we put Keper, means coming into being, the dung beetle, so they studied the nature of the dung beetle. So that means somebody really, when I talk about study the animal kingdom, the animal domain, our ancestors really took this to the nth degree. So they studied every insect they could see. They studied every bug, every flower, every plant, every bird. If you were a bird watcher, ancient Kemet is heaven because that's the only water for miles around. So birds from all the continents come there to drink before they move on their journey. And so the ancient Kemetu studied these birds. They studied Keper, the dung beetle, is the strongest creature on the planet Earth in proportion to its size. It can lift 1,150 times its weight and carry it infinitely without getting tired. No such thing as getting tired. Okay? And it's always moving towards the light, towards the sun. So the ancient looked at as moving towards knowledge and wisdom.
Freedom. Freedom is why I love doing apartment deals, just like the one you're seeing.
Hey, that shit right there is fire.
It takes the dung, which is just the grass and stuff like that the animal ate, right? And uses it as fertilizer to bury its eggs in. So when it digs a hole in the ground, that's called irrigation. When he brings the dung inside of the hole, that's called fertilization. Okay, so you see, if you go, my homeland is Tanzania. If you walk out into the Serengeti Plain, you'll see 1,000 wildebeest, 1,000 zebra, right? Now, if they're eating, you know what else they're doing. So it can get real funky out there. But you get up in the morning, it's nothing but fresh air because the dung beetle then got rid of all of them. Even the elephant turd, within 2 hours is gone. Dung beetles then verged on it, took it, rolled it up into little balls, buried it in the ground. Nature has provided. In fact, even in Texas, they were having problems because the cattle dung was filtering into the water because they didn't know what to do with it. The feces was all over the place. And their fertilizer had killed off all the natural bugs and insects that would deal with that. So they had to import dung beetles from Kemet there to deal with the problem they were having there. So they upset the ecosystem. So I'm just trying to show you this, that we were keen observers. So when you're looking at the Badu Necha, the Badu Necha is teaching you about the plant domain, the animal domain. The sut plant, like in the sut biti, represents royalty. Why would a sut plant that grows in the Nile represent royalty? Well, first of all, the plant can be eaten as food. I can take the plant and I can make clothes out of it, like the marijuana plant. I can take the plant and weave it and make baskets out of it. I can take the fiber and tie and build constructions out of it, buildings out of it. So I can build my home out of it. I can have clothes out of it. I can eat it. So it became a divine plant. So when I want to talk about divinity and stuff, I use the soup plant, and it comes from the south, so it even represents the south, up south. So you see, the papyrus became the north, and the papyrus plant grows in a pyramid shape, the stalk, the stem. And then the first paper of man was used from that. And then again, the papyrus plant can be used for cleaning. It could be used for 100 different things, just like the soup plant. So we studied the nature, the birds. We have one bird to represent something good, another bird represents something bad. So they realized that it steals other birds' nests. It eats other birds' eggs. It's around stuff that's dead all the time. So we're gonna make that bend. That's something bad. But now we got this other bird. Oh wow, when this swallow is around, this eats insects that's pests to us. It eats mosquitoes and bugs and wasps and things that bother human beings. So we're gonna put that little bird behind something that's good. So weret, like the great weret, that's the word bird, okay? You see? So studying nature, the Medu Neter is symptomatic thinking. It's showing you the essence of something, why something came into being. And so that's why I teach it. And I found out that it enhances every language. When I was teaching Ashanti Tree, the Medu Neter to Ashanti Tree, I found out that the people who were speaking Tree didn't know the origins of their own words. They learned their language symbolically, and everybody does that. They don't know the origin of the words they're saying. They heard their mama say it, their grandmama said it, they say it. We learn symbolically, only what we hear. We don't know the real meanings behind it. The Medu Neter will help you understand the meaning behind the real words. I think I've done this before. Like in the Ashanti Tree, they have a word called obroni. If you ask the average Ghanaian, what does obroni mean? They said the white man, or it means the foreigner. No, the word obroni symptomatically meant destroyer. So these Europeans who came, who were destroying the culture, destroying the land, they call them obroni. So when you come in there, you act like that, they call you obroni. So it's not just a white man, it's anybody who's a...
Man, rewind that, bro.
Common people don't know that. They just think it just means foreigner.
Can you...
In Swahili. So these Europeans who came, who were destroying the culture, destroying the land, they call them obroni. Obroni. The Medu Neter will help you understand the meaning behind the real words. I think I've done this before. Like in the Ashanti Tree, they have a word called obroni. If you ask the average Ghanaian, what does obroni mean? They said the white man, or it means the foreigner. No, the word obroni symptomatically meant destroyer. So these Europeans who came, who were destroying the culture, destroying the land, they call them obroni. So when you come in there, you act like that, they call you obroni. So it's not just a white man, it's anybody who's but the common people don't know that. They just think it just means foreigner. In Swahili, we have the word called the wazungu. So one person is an mzungu versus a wazungu. So if you ask the average Swahili speaking person, they just say, oh, it means the white man. No, it means the destroyer who has a soul like a 2-year-old, who only takes. See, so symptomatic thinking. So the Medu Neter helps you go to the root of why a word is what it is. So now I got a whole nother picture. So when I'm teaching Medu Neter, I want you to understand it the way the ancient Kemetu understand it. I don't want you just to be symbolic through it. You know, Uncle Jocelyn, and you don't even know why you said that and why those words mean that. Why is Uja? Uja is a fire drill. They believe that you can't have civilization without fire. So uja, which is a fire drill, means to be prosperous. So if you can control fire, then you can cook, you can smelt metals, irons, you can create bricks, you see what I'm saying? So now you were able to be prosperous because you can control the use of fire. A fire drill was the symbol for prosperity. Health, seneb, a cloth, a bolter cloth. When you were able to clothe yourself, you were able to not get sick and control yourself from the different types of weather. So seneb became synonymous with health. So that's the way I teach the Medunetia, symptomatic thought. As you're learning the alphabet, and then you learn biliterals and triliterals, I make you study all these birds. I make you study all these animals, so you know the meanings behind them, why they chose that animal.
Hey, that's straight. Hey, man, that shit right there is turned, man.
That's fire. That's fire.
Hey, I had saved this one and I couldn't find where I put it at, man. So thank you, Eric. That's fire, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, man. Yeah, that was on point right there, man. I like that one. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, lock and load on 7, man, because they lock and load on 7 for sure, because they got a lot of information there, man. And this brother's a heavy teacher, man. So he helps, and what helps with this is that the guy who produces the videos is so cold. He went to school for this. He's so cold with it. He give you a good visual along with words, and you see the terminology as the brother's speaking. Very good presentations, man.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you talking about Infodici, right?
Infodici. Yeah, Infodici ain't no joke, man. He's a master
Yes,
teacher.
sir.
Yeah.
No
I
joke.
got turned on to him real early, man, and I really like it. And he covered a lot of stuff, man. That's really complimentary to this whole session, man. So, because it just provided a lot of information to go and enjoy and research, man.
And that's where I was saying 2 weeks ago when we was talking to Prince about this, like this is where I was saying how we evolved and how we grew studying nature. You feel me? And how we learned, how we came up with how to,
Your camera ain't on, Jamie. You know that?
Yeah.
Okay,
How we came up with the technology, right? To build the pyramids. I mean, like it comes from, it literally comes from studying, man, and time and developing that knowledge, right? You know what I'm saying? And it comes from studying nature, King. It's like the the beetle and the birds, man. You know what I mean? But go ahead, King.
No, that's real good stuff, man. I just want to hear from you guys, man, because I'm full, man. I got fed real good today, man. Go ahead, Prince.
I'm good, man. I was impressed, man. Like I say, I'm Gucci.
Yeah. So,
go ahead, hey, Eric. That was your video, so just talk about it.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, to me, it was explanatory for those who've been studying, but it also speaks volumes and tie right into what Sonetta was saying too. Also, it won't make sense to you until you start opening up some books and have stuff right in front of you, maps, timelines, books. You have to have them. That's so you can be clear and concise with what, like anything else.
You broke up. Back up just a little bit, Eric. You broke up for a second.
I was just saying, like anything else, it's just a matter of putting in the work. And what the video will do will send you to the books. The videos, and to me, it just excited me, man. Early on, just hearing Dr. Clark speak sent me to the books. Hearing Dr. Ben speak sent me to the books. So this young brother has picked up the torch, man, and actually speaks really highly of him. A lot of brothers speak really highly of this young brother and his diligent work and put pieces together and get to.
Hey, Eric, I don't know what it is, man, but your phone, like you breaking up though. You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah.
You breaking up, King.
Yeah.
It sound like,
but anyway,
you got something going on in the background?
Nothing. That's
Nothing?
somebody else. No, that's somebody else's background.
Hey, mute. Hey, let me see. Let's mute out, man. Make sure, cause I hear a lot of feedback. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. All right. No, I was just saying that. Here speaks the information that I've been studying. Young brother did really good. I gotta find his name, Christ something, but he did heavy as the crown. That's a really good one too. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but that's a very good one too.
Unmute yourself, King.
Information is indeed. All right, can you hear me now?
No, I was talking to
Yeah, I seen heavy as the crown. I really liked it.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. But yeah, that's about it. But like I say, there's many other videos. He talks specifically about that area, about where it came out of Iran, how Christianity came out of Iran. There's another video. I'll have to find it, but there's another one that talks specifically about that too. But yeah, they were, he said it. He said it.
So there's a whole language on that. What he was talking about, what was that language he was saying it was?
The
Medu Neter.
Yeah, that's the hieroglyphs. Yeah. That's the hieroglyphs.
Cuneiform is what he was also talking about too. And
Dr.
Clark, Dr. Ben talks a lot about cuneiform as well. Dr. Ben and Anthony Browder teaches on those two subjects as well.
Yeah, that's good info. That's good info, man. I really like that video, man, and I like the whole show, man. And Prince, we'll look at that video, man. Check that out and see what's up.
Hey, I'm gonna get off, but I wanted to say thank you. That was a great presentation. I have a lot to research and absorb, and I want you to know, Prince, that I think Biden should retire. But the alternatives, I'm not fond of at all. So, on the other side, and also I'm going to buy some of that stock after I talk to Lo. But anyway, love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Okay.
She done probably already jumped on it and just gonna let me know.
Hey, I'm just telling you, man. Like that stock. Check out that stock, King. I mean, listen, man.
Hey, she already did it. I'm telling you, she already into it, Jamie.
Right.
Hey.
I'm just saying the family. I'm just saying to the family, like, check that stock out. Hey, it's for show, man. I mean, just look at it, see what you think, man. That's all I can tell you, right? Just see what you think, man. Let me know what you think, cause I'm just telling you, man. Like I said, I'm not political. I don't vote, none of that kind of stuff. But and I don't care nothing about who president and who ain't president, who vice president. I don't care nothing about none of that, right? I really don't care. But this, I mean, I'm just saying, man. Like, if you're gonna get blindsided by these major events, right? And I mean, no one wants to be blindsided, man. Like you want to at least have some kind of chance, right? If and my suggestion. I mean, I know the next question is, what do you do? What do you do? Well, I mean, it's not a whole lot you can do so far that I found, but there's a few things that you can do, right? Now, I suggest, this is America, so I think that you should practice the Second Amendment, okay? And I mean, like big time, okay? Practice that, right? And at the same time, you may want to look into gold and silver, okay? That's just a suggestion, that's just an idea, some ideas. Uh, uh, Look at gold and silver, uh, because the way it looks, the dollar bill is getting ready to be worth nothing. Okay, I mean, just think they've been peppered, just keep that in mind, family. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Because again, you're gonna have to do your own research and come up with your own ideas and concepts. All right.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan, brother. That's it. I'm surely gonna research it.
I'm just saying, man. Like, people would like, what are we supposed to do about it? Well, it ain't like I said, there ain't a whole lot you can do. But hey, I'm just gonna say this: United States really doesn't have much of a choice but to declare war. It's just not much choice. They don't have a. It just ain't. You just don't have. It just ain't a lot of choice in that. Okay. So, okay. So, they ain't got a choice. They got to declare war. So, with that being said, right? In case it don't work out, you need to go ahead and get you some gold and silver, man. Either way, you're gonna be golden. If United States is able to straighten this out, you can trade your gold and silver, still get your money, right? You know what I'm saying? If United States can't work it, get it worked out, and they end up folding. At least you got something that's still worth money. Gold and silver trades all over the world. Okay, so you can trade that all over the world, but the dollar bill you probably won't be able to do. Okay, I'm just telling you that now. So I'm just, your dollar bill ain't gonna be worth nothing to nobody. I don't give a damn if you got 1,000,000 of them. They gonna tell you better use that for some fire starter or something, so you stay warm out there.
You stick with it, boy. You stick with it.
I'm just saying, man. Like, that's all I'm gonna tell you, man. Like, listen, man. I mean, practice the Second Amendment and look into some gold and silver, family.
Yeah, it makes sense. My question is like, man, does this kind of resemble? I mean, is this something that has happened before in some way, shape, form, or fashion? Because it seems like as these people struggle, everybody's struggling for this power or this false sense of power, and they're battling for resources they think they want, think they need, can't deal without, and don't want to pay for, want to pay little amounts. So they've been running around this planet looking for places to exploit for how long? So it's not really surprising to me to see this new move. Because here's the thing. I think we'll be more prepared with more of with the most information that we'll have. Because if you don't know nothing about the earth and you got to rely on the earth because your coins, your dollars don't work, then you must know about what to eat, how to clothe yourself, and how to build yourself shelter. So again, metuneta is going to always be important because you're going to always have to understand nature when somebody's trying to fuck with your nature. So that said, with the way the Jews got did, man, in Europe, when Hitler came through and pulled his stunts, they goal was no good. They said, no, you got to go. I want to go, but you ain't finna do shit with. I think take this. We taking all. So they say, yeah, we out your teeth, out your mouth, we want that. If you any watch, anything you got, give me all that. But where you going, you finna take a ride because the regime said something different. I just hope they America go to war with whoever they go to war with, and we don't come out with a new regime and say shit. No, we move with all y'all out the way. We bring our people over here. How about
Hey,
that?
hey, now see, now
Yeah.
look, man, it's all possible because I thought about the same thing, Eric. But I'm gonna tell you something though, Eric, and I'm gonna tell you this here, man. Now, I really don't believe that. I mean, I think that United States could handle China by itself, Russia by itself, any other country by itself. But I don't think that United States is able to handle five of those countries
Not
like
at
that,
all. Not
right?
not at
They
all.
ain't able
AK,
to. They ain't able to fuck with bricks.
Not at
right. This is
all.
what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying. So the thing is this, man. So when so you can't. You're not gonna drop no bombs. You're not gonna shoot no shot because that's suicide. Okay. So now what's the next move, King? Right? What
Just
is the next what's the next move? But because like listen, I mean because now these people, it ain't that they don't like United States, King. These people literally hate United States. They don't, it ain't that they don't, listen, man, listen, man, these people, hey, man, they despise the United States, King, because they've been bullying for
yes,
all these
exactly.
years, right? They've been
Exactly.
bullying the planet all these years, King. And so now they finally got to where they all are coming together against the bully, which always happens. And this happened where this happened in Rome. This is the same exact
Yep.
thing that
Yep.
happened
Yep.
in Rome is what's going
Exactly.
on today. It's the
Exactly.
same exact thing. There's no fucking difference. Excuse my language, but there's no difference. It's the same exact thing that happened around Rome, King.
And look, and what happened back then? They said the only way, and here's the play on this thing: you was only gonna be able to use your paper, your resources, your land, sell your goats, or any goddamn thing if you accepted that cross at the top of your door.
Damn right.
And if you didn't, your ass was out. You gonna be in the woods. If you knew how to handle yourself in the woods, you was better off than trying to be anywhere where somebody can discover you.
That's right.
Because they was on a different mission. Again, those survival was for the fittest, Jack. And if you understood nature, you can follow them goddamn birds, follow the animals,
That's
get
right.
out their way, and still follow your food source and follow it where they go, you go.
That's right.
But you got to know what nature gonna do. You got to know what you're looking at. Again, you got to know. You
You can't go out there butt naked, huh?
Shit. All right.
Try it
Look,
if you want to.
without the knowledge, man, I can give you all the seeds for greens and tomatoes and bell peppers and shit. And without the knowledge, you ain't gonna do shit with them. Or sit in your pocket.
Right.
You might try to crush the motherfuckers down and snort them before you try to put the motherfuckers in the ground and plant them motherfuckers if you don't know what you're doing.
Hey, so
motherfuckers be so wild out, huh? They be so wild out, man.
Exactly.
Hey, so what I'm saying is this, King. All I'm saying is like you gotta be ready. And like Eric said, even if say for instance, because listen, man, if the way it sounds, it just sounds like it's very, very easy for United States to be starved out. They can starve the United States all the way the fuck out if they wanted to.
Because you import a whole lot of shit. You rely on too much of the rest of the world because you're trying to stockpile your own goddamn resources.
Exactly.
And you try to keep enough of your own people poor so you don't got to pay them to get the resources.
That's right. So listen. So the thing is, and he right. So that's why I said. That's why I said when if United States don't pull this off, they're gonna fold because they don't have enough resources to sustain themselves for a long period of time. All right.
Not
So
that's right.
and it ain't gonna be no sanctions because your sanctions ain't gonna mean nothing. You won't even run and trade no more. The trade is being ran by the other countries now.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't even put a sanction on nobody. You can't do you. So you right. So your rule over the world has ended, right? Because now they figured out that you've been printing money for the last 15 years and it ain't backed by nothing, right? Now, and then you got countries that got raw material and natural resources to back their money, to literally back their money. Listen, man, there's no way that the United States is going to be able to get. I don't see them how they going to get out of this, King. I just don't, man. You're going to have to make a deal.
That's all they have to do is negotiate. But see, we have to understand too, man. The United States is the little brother of Europe. United States ain't gonna never get out the shadow of Europe and whatever's going. That's why you getting all this. That's why Biden sending all that paper over to Ukraine. You know what I mean? They gonna always posse up to help each other before they help your ass. That's what I was thinking about with Africa going on with this thing, man. You shaking hands with folks thinking that they, see things differently, but you fucking with the cousins. These kinfolk.
You're right, but I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this though. Now I don't know. Whatever it is, because see they understand. I'm sure that Africa understands that Russia and China is probably not going to be much different than the United States, right? Right.
Exactly.
But I think that they're offering a much better deal than the United States.
Well, I'm sure.
So if they're offering a much better deal to a point where Africa can get independent, right? Hey, Africa that's where they're gonna go. And this is where this is what they're seeing. This is what's happening, man. So Russia and China is telling Africa that they're gonna put them on a level playing field. This is what it's got to be, Key, because for them to turn on United States like this, hey, King, it's got to be real pretty, because you messing with you messing with some maniacs.
You better believe it.
You messing with some maniacs that that they got pliers, and they're known for knocking off governments. Right?
Known
for it. They're known for knocking off governments, King. So listen, if you are willing to take that chance, look, man, you're notorious from knocking off governments. Now, right? Now, tell me, man, if you are willing to take that chance, King, it must be really, 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 really good, King. It's got to be good, man. It's got to be, the deal got to be. It's got to be to a point where Africa will probably better become independent.
Well, let's hope. That's the hope. Because also what I noticed too about Africa is that a lot of the country, some of the nations out of the countries, smaller countries, are deciding and making conscious efforts to go back to their native religion, native way of spirituality. So that in itself opening up people's minds about this whole concept of imperialism and colonization that took place, and it was all based on lies and manipulation. So what they're finding out, I'm hoping, is that it's very important to go back to your roots, but that does not change the mindset of the motherfucker who colonized you in the first place. That don't change the mindset because you're going back to your roots. But So that's what I think we have to be really careful. The Africans got to be, rather African countries have to be really careful. And
Hey,
if
say
they
that one
listen,
more again, man. That was
huh?
tough. Say that again.
Say what again? What
About
part?
just because you go back to your roots don't mean you don't have a colonized mind.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
put it in
I
your
was
words
saying that.
again like you did.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
saying
wait,
that
wait.
just because the African is choosing to go back to his heritage does not mean that changes the mindset of the one who originally colonized him. No, he understood it was just going to be a matter of time, especially with all this information that's coming out, that they was going to start scratching the surface and then looking deeper and deeper and start seeing, man, this is some bullshit. But now, with the way things are, bloodshed is going to be the only way that Africa is going to be truly liberated, man. It's going to go through bloodshed. That's the only way it's going to truly happen. Negotiating is going to be playing with people's pockets, and it's going to be people who got common interests. That's what you get. But when I just think that I just hope that's that things could be different. But with the stronghold, and that's why I say the historical piece is very critical. How long the stronghold has been put on that continent, and for what reason? And if it's about resources, that hasn't changed.
So with the stronghold,
business deals is big difference than fucking changing your liberating your country and really taking back your land. That's a big difference, man.
But if they know, see, this
so
is the
can I?
thing, man. If they know, see, those same countries, the small countries that are going back to their religions, those same countries are putting the colonizers up out of the country. You see, they put France out. They put they told France they had to get the hell up out of there. France got up out of there. Right. So they're putting these countries out of they putting the colonized, they putting them out, man. And they're taking their countries, and their resources back. And this is what's happening.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Africa don't got the money to mine their own shit. They kept them in a needy ass position for years just so they couldn't get the independence. That's what I'm saying. If they turn Africa over to Africans right fucking now, we ain't got nothing to go get that shit with, man.
That's why they have, and I feel that's why they have to do what they got to do, and that's to deal with somebody else so they can get the funds so that they can do that. And I think they're smart enough to know that since the first time around dealing with the colonizers, that they better deal with them a different way now. They know that the United States is powerful. They know they can come in and do a whole bunch of stuff, from the AIDS epidemic to everything being blamed on Africa, to keeping Black Americans from seeing the true African culture and how they live over there. I think Africa has a lot of money, and I think they have been doing a lot of technology, coming up with a lot of.
They are.
Yeah, so they got. I think this is a great move for them. I mean, to get away, it's just like when they cut us off the chain. We didn't know what to do. Half of us stayed with the damn slave master. But I feel like they got a deep culture that we don't even get to see, like a deep culture where they, like I just seen this past couple months ago. They had the virgin dance for the Zulu king. It was 1,000 virgins out there dancing, doing this whole celebration thing. And you know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I feel this is a great move for Africa. I feel like this is a first step for their revolution. And ain't no freedom came from without no bloodshed. That's why we stayed slaves for so long. We should have fought. We should have shed blood. They probably would have let our black asses go a long time ago.
But see, this could be the deal between China and Russia, is that, listen, right? We're gonna work this out, right?
Hey, man.
We're gonna work this out. And we'll still be able to mine our resources, and we'll be able to sell what we need to sell, right? In order to buy what we need to buy to continue to mine. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, it is nothing. As long as you got those resources, there's no reason why you can't buy what you need to mine those mines, man.
Exactly.
Right? There's no reason, King. So this is why I said that that you know, one thing United States and other countries were doing was keeping their foot on Africa's neck. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Africa is vital to every other continent survival. Africa is the only continent that can shut his borders, shut his doors, shut his ports, and still thrive. The only continent on this planet that can do that.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
that
right.
that can literally shut his borders, shut all his trades down, and still thrive. That's the only country that can do that, King. They still can eat. They still, you know what I mean? They still gonna have shelter, right? Listen, man, they still gonna have clothes. That's the only country, man, that can do that, man, and still thrive, King. Listen, man. So if so whoever make friends with Africa is the one that's gonna win. Because if Africa decide to shut your ass out, it's over for you. You're gonna be like Cuba.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna be running around with in 2050 with a 2021 car that you better hold on to and keep on patching up because you can't get no parts for it. You ain't got no technology because you ain't got no parts for your screens and your phones no more. You got the oldest shit that you can work with. I'm just saying, King, like, you know, like that's, you know, all your technology, man, all you know, is coming from, you know, all the shit that you need for your phones and your monitors and your computers for your cars. It come from Africa, man. Right? So, you know, you shut that shit down, man. When that shit play out, it's over for that shit. Well, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, you know, you got to go black market type shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like on everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be like I said, man. Like they did Cuba, man. They can starve their ass out, man. Starve them out, man. You know what I mean? They try to starve them out, man. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. So so listen, family. Hey, it's up to y'all, man. But I'm just saying, man, it don't hurt to you know, do a little preparation.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It don't hurt, man. It really don't cost a whole lot of money. It don't, man. You know what I'm saying? Get you, you know what I'm saying? Just to practice your second amendment, right? And then, you know, and what you got in your 401k or what you got in your savings. You know, take it. You know, we'll go buy you a couple of bars, man. You know what I mean? Go buy you a couple of bars of gold, right?
I heard that.
Yeah, you know what
Hey,
I'm saying? Put it up. Go bury it somewhere. Go put it up.
so my thing about BRICS, man, is I think they're up to like 20 strong now, plus maybe. And so somebody gonna get picked off. Somebody gonna have to lose their freedom, all that kind of shit, and join in somewhere within the community of BRICS. And so Africa has, you know, a few countries, you know, a few places, you know, that's picking off from them, right? And if shit goes wrong, they're gonna have 20 plus motherfuckers picking off. And that's the thing that I see that's the negative and the risk they take. You know, so, you know, more birds pecking at the tree, man. You know, amplified from where they're at right now. So, you know, hopefully it works out too, man. And you know, Jamie, I was interested before we get off. I was interested in what you thought about what Seti said about the conscious community, right? They don't have no direction. Right?
Well,
He
you
used
know,
another word.
you know, him and they not like him and the House of Consciousness have been beefing. So,
Right.
you know, we
Right.
can't feed into that, man.
Yeah. And that's my resolve too, man. And
Yeah.
Seti is on his own thing. I mean, even with the metal nature, man, and stuff like that. Nevertheless, you know, you pay a little bit of money, man, and you can get into Seti's Patreon. And I'm telling you, man, that boy, man, I mean, he speaks my language anyway. It's all good. But he goes really deep, man. He always shows and proves and stuff. So, you know, big ups to SETI, man. And, you know, check out his Patreon. And he's got, I think, 4 other sites. So, you know, thank you, Eric, for, you know, imparting that in video. Like I said, I had saved it, but I don't remember where I saved that sucker at. And I was gonna watch it later, and man, that was fire. And Jamie, thanks for opening up bricks and for always being there, man. And you know, willing to, you know, commit to this thing. Jamie has way more responsibilities than I have, right? You know, I got a responsible life, and but he shows up all the time, man. And Eric, man, big ups to you, and you know, thank to Carrie for you know, always being willing to be present, and we'll be having some good conversations. And to Queen Yamaya, you know, blessings to you, Queen. And, you know, one thing I can bank on is, you know, our language will clear up when you're on the scene and stuff like that, for sure. I know your thing is you know, we should be able to do that all the time. Nevertheless, we're going to respect you for sure. So, especially when you're present. And any of the other people that haven't been on in a while, Jennifer, you know, Reg, you know, much love to you all, and big ups to Darian Draper. He's trying to, you know, to run a good you know, legal business with Mossman in Lansing, Michigan, and so he's a young man with a lot of intelligence. And, you know, big ups to him too, and to all our moms, man, you know, and parents and kids and all that stuff.
Hey, I wanted to say something real quick about the one last thing about the BRICS thing, man. Is I think in August they're supposed to have a BRICS summit. Okay. Now the ICC, is to the International Criminal Court, has issued a warrant for Putin's arrest. Okay?
Yeah, and the South is divided, or
Right.
the North actually, but.
And so they're talking. So now they want they want and so the summit is being held in South Africa. Okay. And so now South Africa is a part of the ICC, right? So so they are ordered to arrest Putin when he comes to South Africa for the BRICS summit in August. Okay. Okay. Now, South Africa says anybody, I'm just paraphrasing, but this is what he said. Anybody who stands up to the bully, but the bully being the United States, is a friend of theirs, and that Putin is welcome to that part of the country, right?
Yeah, that part of the South, because the South is divided on that
right,
idea.
right.
And then when you mention South in reference to the maps we just seen today, you're speaking of South or North. Are you speaking up South or down South?
I'm talking about South Africa. I'm talking about
Johannesburg.
They're talking about Kenya, all that over there. That over in that area, I guess.
Right. Which would be just for the audience, which would be, as the map showed today, which location? At the small tip or the wide bottom?
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how that plays out, because now Africa is talking about withdrawing from the ICC because You know, it's just to control, I guess they saying to control them and their country or whatever, right? So and the cold part is the United States is not a member of the ICC, so that you know they don't have to, you know, they can't get indicted by the ICC, the International Criminal Courts. So you know they're not included in that. So this is how crazy this stuff is, man. So you guys just look it up, look it up. I mean, you know, just say, I'm just saying, just look it up, family. Check it out. I'm just saying, man.
Jamie has a video on Sankofa that talks about that. I think we played it last week, maybe. Did we play that one last week?
Which one was it?
You're talking about the divided South.
The divided South.
You know where they're gonna have the summit, and where Putin's arrest is. I mean, you know, where they got the warrant.
I had to look for it, man, but I think I got it somewhere.
I think we played it. I think we played it last week or the week before
that. I think we did. I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did, because I mean, I just wanted to no, that ain't it. I just wanted to put that out there, family. You know, that you know, just something to think about, man. Maybe even do a little, you know, get online and check it out, look it up, see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's it's you know, like I said, I'm not at all you know, I'm not political at all, right? But it's just, I think that's this is something that people ought to be talking about, man, and you ought to have a fair chance, some kind of heads up. To me, you deserve some kind of fair chance, some kind of heads up, man. Here you go, right here. This is the ICC thing right here. I mean, if y'all want to check it out, I don't know.
Yeah, let's play it real quick.
Hold on.
Then we can get off after that.
Yeah. Hold on, man. This
will be a fully loaded session.
Yeah, this right here is this is a trip, man. So y'all gotta, you know, just pay attention, man. This is this is pretty deep. So this is what I'm talking about, the ICC and the USA. Y'all just gotta really pay attention to this. All right, just listen real closely, family. Listen closely. This is just now, like I said, it's up to you, man. Do your own research. Don't listen to me. You know, you gotta do your own research, family. I'm just giving you something to look at real quick. Let me open this up a little bit. Is that bigger? That's bigger, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest. Yeah, we played this one last week too. But it's good.
Not in prison. Why is Obama not in prison? It is Obama who led the killing of Brother Gaddafi here in Africa. So we cannot allow that. We need to get out of the ICC.
Yes, the governing party, the African National Congress, has taken that decision that it is prudent that South Africa should pull out of the ICC.
America has not signed, all the big powers have not signed. And these are the people who are messing up the world. They cannot be arrested, but they influence others to be arrested. Putin is coming to South Africa.
If Vladimir Putin comes later in the year into this province, I will do whatever necessary. We will follow that through, and we will make sure that he is arrested and he faces his day in court with the ICC.
President Putin is more than welcome here, and no one is going to arrest President Putin. Everyone who says that is blowing a hot air. I don't think the Premier of Western Cape knows what he's talking about. If he wants to meet his maker prematurely, he must try and touch Putin.
Is things getting sour between South Africa and the USA for its influence on the ICC arrest warrant against the Russian President Vladimir Putin? For how long will the USA continue to influence the ICC to put pressure on South Africa to arrest Vladimir Putin in his arriving in South Africa? What role is South Africa playing in order to bring peace between the two nations, USA and Russia? South Africa, it is not planning to withdraw from the International Criminal Court ICC, which was announced by the President of the Republic of South Africa, President Ramaphosa, and the Secretary General of the ANC, which later on end up bringing a lot of contradictions among the ANC members. Now, the question to ask here is to know why the president have to come and cancel of something they had announced already. Is it that they're afraid of the pressure that they get to receive from the ICC and the NATO nations? In March 17, the ICC have launched an arrest warrant against the Russian president Vladimir Putin, which had put South African Republic to an obligation to arrest the Russian president in his arriving in South Africa. That is something that South Africa do not take lightly, because South Africa is a member of BRICS countries and is also a long partner to the Russia Federation since the time of apartheid. Therefore, South Africa end up feeling if like we're being used by Americans in order for them to solve their problems with Russia. Last week, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced to the media that South Africa is going to withdraw from the International Criminal Court when he said this.
Yes, the governing party, the African National Congress, has taken that decision that it is prudent that South Africa should pull out of the ICC, largely because of the manner in which the ICC has been seen to be dealing with these types of problems. And there's also been commentary, I believe, from Amnesty International, where there's been a reflection on what many people believe is an unfair treatment. And our view is that we would like this matter of unfair treatment to be properly discussed. But in the meantime, the governing party has decided once again that there should be a pull-out. So that will be a matter that will be taken forward.
This message of withdrawal of South Africa in the ICC was announced by someone else who's also part of the ANC, which is the governing party, by the way. And this all happened in the same day at different places at different hours without even them communicating. So the President of the Republic made that announcement, and here come Fikile Mbalula, who have to dig in to give even more explanation that the president did not give when he said this.
There is a resolution to withdraw. We just have to implement that. You must understand that the domestication of the Roman statutes in South Africa means that it is the law of the Republic. The ICC law is the law of the Republic of South Africa. We have signed to that. So SWAPO is not part of the ICC. We are part. So the conference said this ICC does not serve the interest of all. It serves a few. America has not signed, all the big powers have not signed. And these are the people who are messing up the world. They cannot be arrested, but they influence others to be arrested. Putin is coming to South Africa. He must be arrested by us because we are ICC. But equally, the same ICC does say no head of state can be arrested in another country. So there is immunity in relation to that. But the domestication of these laws, Roman statutes in our country, have even undermined that immunity with President al-Bashir, because somebody went to court and then they said, here in South Africa, arrest al-Bashir. Unfortunately, when they took that decision, al-Bashir was gone.
So this message was a wrong button or should I say, a panic button that the President Ramaphosa had pressed, because we end up seeing on how the open eye masters such as NATO and America end up putting a lot of pressure on the ICC to put more pressure on South Africa so that they can come back to the table and try to fulfill their promises or on what they have signed the time when they joined the ICC. Therefore, they have to use all the measures as possible as they can in order for them to pass their message. And they end up using some of the opposition political parties in South Africa in order for them to stand against what the President of Republic, President Ramaphosa, had said about the Russian President Vladimir Putin. On the Freedom Day, which was celebrated last week, we get to see the Western Cape Premier Allen, who had to come and tell the media that if President Putin arrives in Western Cape, will be arrested. Well, that left many questions among South Africans, where we get to ask ourselves this question to know if we are now having another country within South Africa, or is it just a province who gets to challenge the governing body that have announced the withdrawal of the South Africa in the ICC. These have raised a lot of questions, but have first listened to what the Premier of Western Cape had said back then.
For atrocities in this illegal war, and really bothered me that there's no clarity, and so I'm very happy to make that quite clear in this province, that if Vladimir Putin comes later in the year into this province, I will do whatever necessary. We will follow that through, and we will make sure that he is arrested and he faces his day in court with the ICC.
What if then that's a different stance to the government, given the back and forth in relation to their response to this issue? If they say, for example, they will not arrest him when he gets to South Africa, and then you say that when he gets to the Western Cape it's going to be a different ball game, how do you then deal with that, given the fact that the Western Cape is ultimately part of South Africa?
Yes, I agree. But South Africa has the agreement signed. We are party to the Rome Accord. We have a duty as a signatory, and we can't ignore that duty. So I'm saying in this province, we won't ignore that duty. We will follow it through. If there's a dispute between national government and the province, well, I'm happy to face that dispute. But quite frankly, I will do the right thing, especially now. We need to make sure that, I'm worried about what's happening in the world, and I'm worried about what happens in our country around clarity, around crime and corruption. And if I look at the numbers and the human atrocities and abuses that are happening in the Ukraine, I can only but make a stand.
Well, I believe after listening to the Western Cape Premier, you still have also the same question in your mind to know who is this man and why he have to come and challenge the President of the Republic in his words. He have his own reasons that he gets to give in advance. But is that enough to get to challenge the head of the state from what he had said before you? Well, in order to get the answer to these questions, we have to look from the side of one of the opposition leader who get also to challenge him when he get to respond or give his point of view about the same questions, the same topic that has been trending around the world. And this time we're talking about the president of EFF, Julius Malema, when he get to give his point of view when they were doing the cleaning up campaign in Soweto. They had to ask him the same questions about what this Western Cape Premier had said. Julius Malema said this.
President Putin is more than welcome here, and no one is going to arrest President Putin. Everyone who says that is blowing a hot air. I don't think the Premier of Western Cape knows what he's talking about. If he wants to meet his maker prematurely, he must try and touch Putin. No one can do that. Not even Biden can say such a regular statement when it comes to Putin. Putin is more than welcome here. You know, what he said, that Premier of Western Cape, reminds me of the 2019 elections, when we were in a voting station after forming the EFF, 2014, not 2019, 2014 elections. My brother is a party agent there. And then he sees my grandmother's friends coming in to vote, and they don't vote for the EFF. When he went home, he said to my grandmother, your friends must no longer come here. That day he knew who was the owner, because my grandmother said that is not going to happen. And those people who did not vote for EFF continued coming into our family. So that boy of the Western Cape is a spoiled brat. He just behaves like some young fellow who feels entitled, and there is nothing he can do. I mean, if Putin goes to the doorstep of his house, he's going to jump like a fanatic. He will never, the mentality of arresting Putin will not be there, because Putin, as we speak now, is a world hero. Anyone who stands up to the bully America is a friend of ours.
That is the president of EFF, Julius Malema, who have to come and respond back to one of the opposition political party in South Africa. Does it make sense? Well, I'll leave that as a question to you, because for me, it does not make sense at all. They are both from the opposition political party. And we all know the job of opposition political parties is to disagree or to correct the mistake that the governing party they might be doing. And here, surprisingly, I'm seeing an opposition political party which is divided on one point of view that they've been asking from both of them. One saying that is going to arrest Vladimir Putin. One is more determined that Vladimir Putin is welcome. So it is more clear that now we get to understand who's saving the open eye mask and who's saving people of South Africa. Because surprisingly, the same people are trying to defend Ukraine and wanting to arrest Vladimir Putin in his arriving in South Africa. These are the same people who've been quiet about everything that is happening in Africa. This same political party, we never get to hear their point of view on what is happening in the DRC, or whether it is in Sudan where there is war there, or whether it is any part of Africa where there is conflict. We have not get to hear their point of view. We never get to see their point of view when it comes to all these problems. Do you know why? Because sometimes they forgot that they live in Africa, and sometimes they get to tell us that, no, look, we might be here in Africa, but our mind, our support is somewhere else. Because during this time is when we get to see all Africans get to be united and get to pass one message around the world. Unfortunately, with these people, it's different. So what you note here is that we are having two opposition political party in South Africa, which one agree with the ruling party, which is the ANC, and another one disagree to agree with the ANC. Instead, they prefer to agree with NATO and the USA. But guys, how did we even get here? Because when you get to see from the way things are standing, you get to see that South Africa is being used as the right place where the NATO and the ICC prefer to put their hands on Vladimir Putin, since they have tried all their measures and yet they could not be able to arrest him, or yet they could not be able to assassinate him. As you get to see, last weekend the president of Russia, they failed to assassinate him by the Ukraine government.
Well, Aaron, according to that state-controlled network, the men have confessed their plan, which was to travel to Moscow to...
I don't know if y'all want to watch the rest of that, man. I'm just saying, I just wanted to show y'all a little some of that, man. I ain't want to go into that so real deep, but I just want y'all to see that this stuff is kind of deep, King. It's kind of deep, but here's the thing. Why ain't they talking about it on the news? Why is it not no one talking about it? I mean, this is really puzzling. Because this is life changing, King. This is a matter. This could be a matter of life and death here, King. I mean,
well, I look at it this way. Like Prince was saying earlier, they don't want to stir the public up. They don't want no mass hysteria. They don't want people taking their money out the banks. They don't want people turning their money into back gold. You know what I mean? So and they don't know what they're gonna do yet. They don't know how they're gonna handle this situation. So they ain't got no real information to give other than but the BBC might be covering this stuff more than American news.
But this is what you're gonna definitely have to do. You can't go to American news and get the news. You
No,
got to go to foreign news to get the news on America, right?
Al Jazeera, BBC. That's right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So this is the only way that you're gonna get real news on this. See, these people ain't gonna cover up. These people ain't covering up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, our news is covering up. They gonna cover up.
It's made to make us look good.
Right. Right. Exactly. So these people ain't, you know, so I'm just saying, King, you know, yeah, you might be right. They don't want to, you know, have some kind of panic going on, but I mean, I think that's just dead wrong, man. I
That's
really
wrong.
think that's dead
I agree.
wrong, man, for you not to inform the people that, hey, man, it's a possibility that, you know, you know, our money could go really bad, man, could go really south. I mean, to the point where, you know, you can only buy in America. You can't, your money only a good in America. I mean, like it ain't good nowhere else. Like what you do with that? Like, you know, I mean, so what do? You just continue to print money and it just circulate through hands? I mean, is that how it's gonna go throughout America? I mean, because you're not gonna be able to make no money now. It don't you know, all your ways of making money are pretty much over, because I mean, a lot of your money came from the trade. I mean, everybody had a trade in U.S. currency, which means what? I mean, where's the, you know, I mean, so taxes, they taxing everything and everybody. I mean, you know, so now that money is going to be obsolete. I mean, because they can't control the trade no more. Everybody trading their own currency, or BRICS is going to come up with one of their own that's backed by actual, you know, got some standing behind it, like, you know, natural resources and, you know, like, you know, gold and silver and all that other stuff, diamonds and everything that come from over there, rubber, cocoa, everything, you know what I mean? Like, just think about it, right? So I don't know, man. I'm just saying, King, you know, we might get, this video might not make it.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
this
know, and
video,
I knew that going in.
yeah,
You
this
know?
video may not make it, man, but I'm just saying, King, you know, the ones that's hearing it now live, hey, listen, man, pay attention, family. Just look at BRICS, BRICS.
And
You
look
know what
at
I'm saying? It stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. That's what those acronyms are. That BRICS is an acronym. They're acronyms. Okay, and that's what it stands for. Okay, so just look it up. And those are the countries that started BRICS. Like Unc said, there's like 20 more countries that are joined on to this. So
and they all surround the United States.
yeah, and so it's like, wow, man, like what is going, you know, like how y'all gonna get out of this is my question. How is y'all gonna get out of this? And then, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. But
And
like I said,
they're-
practice Second Amendment. Practice Second Amendment. And maybe look into some gold or silver. And don't let nobody hold on to your gold or silver. But make sure you get your gold or silver delivered straight to you, and then you got to put your gold or silver somewhere that you can get to it. Okay, that's what you're going to do, man. Now I'm just going to let you know that now, because if everything go bad, you know what I'm saying, and people may not be wanting to give up that gold. So I'm just saying, like, if you buy your gold, have it delivered straight to you. Okay, don't let nobody hold on to your gold. Okay, family. What y'all think about that, man? I mean, just talk to me, man. I mean, now that's a little more information right there. That's just a little more right there. What y'all think?
Yeah, I think it's valid, man. It provides validity, man, to to at least spark an interest and start building from there, man. So and they just had another summit too, just recently. Then they're moving into that BRICS summit. So that's just gonna be interesting to see what comes from that, man. Big ups to the channels that provide the information. And I don't think over in Africa, they probably view their news just as we view ours. It's limited. It's suspect, right? But we get a good clear view because we over here, digging their shit, man. They over there digging our shit, right? And so they want to wear our clothes, do all this stuff, and this is coming from the mouths of people that lived over in Kenya, that live there now, and it's just crazy, man. So I really like studying this stuff, man, and so we got a lot to appeal from this video. Anybody that watches it, if it makes it, and I knew that coming in, man. And so big ups to you guys, man. There was another point I was gonna make. That's why I'm a little, lagging in my deliveries. But there's another point I don't remember what it is though.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna come right back. Hey, Eric, what you think about? Okay, so that's a little more information, King. So now, what you think about this?
That was good. That was very good. Very interesting. Yep. Very interesting. And like I said, my thing is just they got to be careful who you shaking hands with, man.
Yeah,
Right.
And I mean, and then it's a lot of division popping off over there, man. Because dude said, he said precisely, if you want to end your life, put your hands on Putin, right? I'm like that, and that was the brother, that was saying that, So, and he said anybody that's an enemy to United States is a friend of ours.
I mean,
and that's talking about Putin, man. Putin is ruthless, man.
I mean, but I mean, yes, he is. But I mean, but just think about it though. I mean, listen, man. If the mission is to work, because Putin ain't worse than the United States.
But Putin ain't right, bro. He like ain't right.
No, but he ain't.
I'm talking about mentally, man.
But he's not worse than the United States to me. The United States has committed the most atrocious, inflicted the most damage on us, man, than anybody on the planet ever in time.
But the most store, dude still fucked the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, but I mean, but what if? So just say, for instance, man, what if we can get our independence messing with Putin and this other country? What if they just saying, listen, man, hey, we're gonna look out for you. You're gonna be on, just like they got NATO, right?
Yeah.
Just like they got NATO, right? They got they got they little partners, and then now you got BRICS now.
Yeah.
Now you got BRICS that's trying to change the game.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, so now you got BRICS that got a stronghold on your ass now. They got a major
chokehold.
Yeah, they got you in the chokehold right now. You ain't you ain't doing so well. You know what I mean? You're not doing well, man, in this, man. And you spend you number one in spending in defense. You number one and getting choked out right now.
But man. So one thing is there's 2 points, man. Really vital points. United States is known for being resilient. That's one, right? Besides, even with all the breakdown and shit like that, they're known for being resilient. And then the other side is Africa is known for being the one that gets picked the fuck off, right? And so joining up with BRICS and shit like that, and then viewing the United States and all this shit is involved. I just think those are 2 points of clarity to look at. You know, Africa is known to be the one to get fucked up again. You know, and I'm seeing clearly. You know, I know it's a movie, but nevertheless, that American Queens with Queen Zinga, it was great depictions of that. Them getting alliances, and then they finally realized we just got to get this alliance to get over. We got a bigger plan and stuff like that. But nevertheless, it never stopped, right? That process never stopped.
Right,
So,
right.
so even joining up with this alliance, man, having the opportunity, to gain independence, you know, the brake squeal right there, because we've been doing that forever. And now, again, and you got a whole squadron of motherfuckers ready to pick you off. Somebody going down. And historically, it's been Africa.
Right. Well, yeah, true. But I think I mean
So there's a lot of optimism. So we have an optimistic view, right? You know, we have an optimistic view, and
we'll see. We have to see who's better for them. I mean, but I mean, right now, I think the whole mission is to get to defeat the bully. I think that's the mission right now. I think the whole mission right now is to defeat the bully, get the bully out up off of us, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna get the bully out the picture, right? Just like that's just like it's like any hood, any school, wherever you go, a lot of times you have bullies, and a lot of times you always got one of the kids that done whoop shit out the bully real quick, and found out that the bully wasn't as tough as that they thought he was. It just was real loud or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. So this is what's happening, man. But except for this time, you got the bully, but this time you got damn near the whole hood now. The whole hood is tired of the bully, so the whole hood finna whoop the bully, or we gonna shun the bully. All right, look here, man. We done fucking with you. What you know what I'm saying? You out, you know what I'm saying? So now, eventually I mean, what happens? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
bully ain't no bully no more.
Now you just like everybody else now. Now you gotta fall in line now. You gotta fall in line and hope that motherfuckers accept your ass now. That's what you know what I'm saying? And so that's I mean, I don't know, man.
Based on what Eric said too, he said it's gonna come down to bloodshed. So based on that pretense, the bottom line is Africa ain't ready to shed that blood, because they're still falling into the same potential that they're trying to get up out of, but gain a little bit more in, inch by inch type shit, right? And so, it's crazy. There's just a big shit. And Prince's picture keep moving, man. That's some weird shit.
Hey, but listen, man. Let me tell you something, man.
I just feel like y'all keep saying and bringing that whole structure to Africa, like they ain't body like that. I think my people's ready, bro. I think it's revolution time. I think it's come up time.
Ooh, he done rolled up on me.
Yeah, dog. I think my boy's ready, man. Like y'all, I think the technology, I think the advancement, I think the mindset of them. I think they getting it together, man. I think we don't see half of what is actually going on in that country, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't heard nothing about Akon and what he did for all them thousands of what was it, 1 million or something like that people he gave electricity to. We don't hear about none of that.
You ain't gonna hear that, man. You're not supposed to hear that. You're not supposed to hear that, man.
He trying to build a city, man. And
yeah, but you're not supposed to hear all that, man. That's not gonna be on mainstream media either, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's somebody doing something great. You know what I'm saying?
What about the dude with the he had developed a man, I want to say the wrong thing, but he developed a energy type some type of technology, man, where you put it in the car and it runs off of that, like an endless amount of energy, and they shut that shit down. Like they didn't shut it down, but you don't hear about it. I heard that Africa's is trying to have their own NASA, their own, you know what I'm saying? Like I heard, you know, and that's just, you know, I would say go look into that too. But just from what I've seen and what I've looked at, you know, I've seen a lot of things in Africa, man. A lot of technology, man. A lot of advancement things going on. Like I said, I believe they trying to have their own NASA, their own space center or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, but I know they trying to do a lot.
One thing, they ain't ready. They ain't ready for war, man. Obviously.
But they've been fighting forever, man. They've been fighting forever.
That, man, because you know there's a difference of getting ready and
So
being
what
ready.
you mean? What do you mean by that? They've been fighting wars with each other forever. You saying they ain't got the technology
No,
we
I'm
got?
talking about to get their independence, man. They ain't ready to shed all that blood, man. You know,
Why not, bro? Why not?
And then that's going to be the eventual, because that's the only way people regain this shit, man.
And you know it, bro. So they gonna shed that blood, dog. They gonna shed that blood.
They ain't ready yet. They ain't ready yet. That's why they're making these alliances and shit like that. Because what other reason would Africa have to depend on somebody else for? You know,
because everybody depends on somebody else's gang shit, bro.
No,
It's
but
gang shit.
Jamie just shared, you know, how Africa can sustain itself. It can sustain itself. It's the only one that has borders connected to wherever they need to go, right?
Okay, understandable. I feel you on that.
So yeah. So
you gotta have a team. You can't monopolize the game system. That's what America thought they could do all these years, and look what happened. It backfired on their ass. So you can't monopolize nothing. So Africa gotta have allies. He gotta have people to protect him too. So when
you gotta have. All I'm saying is, man, you know,
come on,
talk
man.
about gaining independence, man.
That's what I'm talking about. So if they just hear me out, if they connect with Russia and China to protect themselves from the United States, that's protection right there. So they're gonna help them get.
I'm not saying it's not a good move. I'm saying that they ain't ready to gain their real independence. They gotta go through this process. You know,
I understand why. One of the most resourceful, great empire continents in the world.
So obviously, they ain't. That's the same thing I just said. So obviously, they ain't ready to gain that real independence. But they got to go through. They see that they got to go through these steps, man.
I disagree with you.
And I just say, well, why you disagree? Because that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing.
I disagree. I think they're ready. I think they're ready.
I don't think so. I mean, that's like you know, really clear to see. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
I got some information for you, man. Right here. First and foremost, Africa has no nuclear warheads.
Nope.
Zero.
See what? So you agreeing? So you agreeing off the top? Are you agreeing that they ain't ready?
They not ready for the kind
of. They have allies. What do you think allies are for?
No, I'm not talking about that.
Hold on. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
I keep saying the same thing though.
My opinion is that yes, I see what Prince said. They definitely need some because they don't have any. They need to posse up. Here's the thing: if you don't have any, and all you have to bargain is your land and your people, that puts you in jeopardy of exploitation, man. That's all I'm saying. And because
again, I agree.
Well, again,
and I agree with that too. But the exploitation that America's been doing to them for all these years, they don't see it being as worse as a fucking Russia or China doing to them.
That's the same shit they said when they said we don't want the Muslims on our back, so let's find us another master. And they accepted Christianity. Same shit. I mean, Christianity first in Islam, so Islam
that's my point. That's my point.
First, Islam whooped their ass for 1,000 years. Then we returned on and accepted Jesus. So again, and we kept looking outside of ourselves for what was sitting right there within us.
That's exactly my
division amongst the.
All right. So if you're saying, so if it's just the technology, then yeah, they're not ready. If it's just the technology, right? They don't have nuclear warheads. All right. So they get back in the. Maybe they got.
No, I didn't know. I just gave you. No, man. I gave you two instances. I said they're internal fighting. They're divided within themselves already. They've been that way. So technology alone is not going to help the mind. If the mind is divided, a lot of them folks got colonized minds as well. That's so you ain't gonna the kind of unity that has been talked about and that's needed for the continent of Africa has to be a kind of unity we saw in Kemet.
Right,
We
and
ask the
that's what this
candidates.
is all about, and that's what y'all talk
No, it's
about.
not.
And my defense is that
Kim
I
didn't
go
ask
against that all
nobody
the time.
that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always
Yeah,
saying,
hold
hey,
up.
There's two
what are we
people
doing to
talking.
change
Two
that?
people talking. I can't hear either one of you.
Okay, go ahead. Kim didn't
All I'm
ask for no
saying,
outside help. We're not. It's not the same thing.
I understand what you're saying, but you're telling me this is the thing that I always say. It's never going to happen. The come together is never going to happen. And then the defense on I don't want to say this and be disrespectful, but I'm gonna say it on y'all's part is we do a little bit and a little bit of change. All right, so this is a start of a revolution. Revolutions don't happen overnight. It don't happen every a year. It happens over time. But a start of it to get to even say, hey, we're gonna work together and make our own currency. So when we deal with each other, we have our own money. That's a start. I understand what you're saying, but then tell me that's why I said it kills the dream then. Where's the dream at? Like, what we gotta wait 20 more thousand years until Africa finally gets their independence and does their own thing? Like, it's gotta come a time where you have to start. You say we're not ready. I think it's been.
Hey, Prince, I want you to remember, I mean, this is from heart to heart, man, real shit. I want you to remember that stance, the attitude, and the content you using, man, to take that stance you taking, because it's totally different than what you've been presenting the last few weeks. I'm saying, big motherfucking ups to you on, right? On that bit of growth, but that bit of transition.
Appreciate that.
Right. So, I'm saying, remember that, because we have we tend to revert back to that which we came up out of, right? And you didn't see it. You didn't see it happen. I'm just pointing it out to you. So when you're able to recognize it, then you can be able to implement it more often. And when you do that by having an interest in making that move, man. So, big ups to you, man. That's just the psychological part that I see.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And then so, Eric is still saying, my point is that they're not ready. I totally understand that they got to go through, a transition, a process, and they can be better off and stuff like that. But the reality is that they're not ready, and they're in the same situation that they're coming out of, hoping for an optimistic, better difference, which is, that's what's supposed to be done, I imagine. But that real independence, just because they can sustain their own self, and they got what everybody else wants, way more than what anybody else can provide them with, for some reason, other than they ain't ready to lose that, to shed that blood, to gain their land and to respect that, they keep talking about not receiving. So that's my part on it. Yeah, none of this is fact what I share. It's observation, right? So, yeah, we just seen some good sources. Hey, this is a good build, man. This is a good build, and I'm gonna get up off, man, and I gotta continue my exercise regimen and go get in this pool while it's 110 out there.
All right, brother. Well, yeah, I'm gonna get off myself, man, and kick back and relax for the afternoon.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
about that time, man.
I'll send that audio of Chancellor Williams to everybody.
All right, yeah. Hey, yeah, let's all right, man. So hey, let's close out, man, real quick. And then do a little quick little chat afterwards, man. And then we roll out, man. Let's close out, man. Hey, Prince, you want to close out?
Yeah. All I want to say is that it's always a good show. It's always deep. Today moved me. It really did. I don't know what to say, man. Subscribe and like, research, and try to make a change. Don't change nothing unless you change yourself. So, hey, peace and love.
Yeah, no doubt, man. man, you're an important part to this, man. You know, and I appreciate your growth, man. And
really.
you know,
Big ups, much respect.
I keep my eye out on people around me. So, you know, it's a pleasure to see that, at least for me. You know, you took a bullet today too. So, you know, so big ups to you. All right.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Unc, you want to close out real quick?
I just want to say, man, I don't know if I meant to look at the calendar and see if next week is the book read or is it the week after. I'm not sure, but either way, you know, check that out and post that
Yeah.
when and
It's the first Sunday, right? Of the month,
first
right?
Sunday, yeah. So it'll be, we got 2 weeks still. Okay.
Right.
So the other thing is, you know, Eric, we talked about me and the guys talked about you know, picking a day for to read Chancellor Williams' book, you know, The Destruction of the Black Civilization. And so I'll have about an hour or hour and a half to, you know, participate in that on whichever day, you know, you guys decide. And we'll open that up to the members of the group as well, and join in on that. You know, we have the book on order already, so you know, that will come through in a couple of days. And I also been listening to it on the audio while I move around. So I'll send that link to you guys.
All right, bet.
Okay, sounds good, man. Yeah,
All right.
I've started back reading my copy myself, so I'm almost done with the first chapter.
No doubt.
So yeah, once we decide when y'all we're gonna review it, we're gonna see how many chapters we're gonna review at once. We're gonna, you know, a couple of chapters, 3, 4 chapters, then we discuss, or however y'all want to do it. Just let me know.
Yeah, you know, we have to time it out, you know, because like I said, I mean, you guys can go as long as you want, but I've been, you know, we working 6, maybe even 7 days a week, so you know, I'll just take a day off and you know, be ready for that. But you know, I'm just saying, you know, I can't commit to that amount of time. So however many chapters and time for conversation, you know, we can get in with that, man. I'm cool.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sweet, man. Eric, you want to close? Is that it? Unc?
You know, in that book, man, dude said, you know, what happened to our people? And the dude said, we lost our history. All right. That shit was cold to me, man. I mean, that just does something for me on the inside right now, man. It's fuck wild, man. We up on it, right? We up on it, man. What a fucking privilege, man. You know, too many people sleeping. You made a lot of good points of thought, man, and actuality. You can see it in your own life, man. You know, he's talking historical stuff, and it's just really fits my soul, man. And I'm so thankful. You know, we don't have to live with this hidden shit, man. You know, and this you know, fake shit, man. You know, and you know, the sad thing is, you know, people don't want to ride with it, man, that you really care about, man, and want to open their eyes, man, and give them real love, you know, real love, right? Uncut, unadulterated, right? You know, I was saying, let me just share this. I had this conversation, man, and so I got a friend, man, that, you know, I have a question about, and I was sharing with Carrie, you know, should I ask him, you know, and there's reasons why I should ask this, and because it's all about being a friend to me, and what a friend is, and what being true to somebody is not just letting them go on with whatever. You know, I should know in case I need to be able to help them in those areas, but I could be stepping over, you know, into unwanted boundaries. You know, but I'm willing to take that risk because I'm asking the motherfucking question, right? It's a very vital question. But these, you know, these things that we study, man, you know, it just intensifies the importance, at least to me, to be as substantive as possible, right? Have as much substance to really have that force, man, or that attraction to the truth, right? and to look within yourself and utilize, your best. Like Prince emphasizes that a lot. Just wanted to be able to show. How come you can't do it? So, but we get it from resources, man, and from people that have done the work already, and we can further advance that because facts change, belief runs out, right? It loses. It never crosses the finish line, except for it's done as it is. So, just a little, really soulful stuff from me right there, man. I'm really thankful to be opened up to this. I'm stuck in cognitive dissonance, man. And damn well, there's some fact to it. Ain't gonna be saying I give my best to other people. Don't you even get started, man.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah, we're part two.
So I'm done.
We're part two.
Hey, that's my cue.
Yeah, we have part two. Hey, Eric, you wanna close us out, King?
Sure, man. As always a pleasure to get with those who are searching, seeking, and searching. So let's continue doing what we're doing, man. And peace and light.
Okay, peace. All right, family. Listen, man. I just want to tell y'all thanks for joining us. Again, we got the children's book read coming up first Sunday of every month, right? I'm telling you, fam, just come on, join up, get your niece, nephews, kids, grandkids, cousins, brothers, sisters, get them all, right? Bring them in, man. Let them participate. Let them hear the book read. Put your name in the chat. We're gonna do a drawing. You can win a free book. Ain't gonna cost you nothing. Mail it straight to your house, right? Hey, again, family, really good books. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got books of all ages, for all ages. You know what I'm saying? So you can, yeah, there you go. Bang, bang. Look at there. Right? That's Imhotep, right? Of ancient Kemet. Check that out. Like I said, fam, those are the books that we mailing out. I said that it's we got books for all ages. Let us know the age. We'll send them to the book. We'll send them the book. Uh, you know, in the age range. All right, fam. Please join us again. We just trying to keep, spread the history. You know what I'm saying? About real places, real people, real events. Okay. Hey, like and subscribe. Comment. Join if you want to. Let us know what if you like it. If you don't like it, you're always welcome to come on in, man. Join us, right, family. This is Sankofa, 180 degrees, family, right? Look that word up, Sankofa. Right? That's right, fam. Look it up, man.
And the book's got 24 karat gold on it.
Oh, snap.
You think so? Hey, but it's some nice books though, ain't they, man? They're just nice quality books.
It's hardback, hardcover. You know what I'm saying? Real
That's
nice
right,
pictures.
man.
It's that they put a lot of work into these books, man.
Some of them are soft cover, but that one is hard cover.
Yeah, we got some soft cover.
Yeah, they're real good material.
But all the books are good books. We don't have no garbage books. They're all real, about real places, real people, real events. All right, family. Hey, again, thanks for joining. Peace. We love you.
Peace.
One.
Hey, I wanted to say too, on Sankofa 180 degrees page, man, you can just scroll through, man, and just get your, you might find comfort, you might find pain. I don't know, but you go experience something by scrolling and watching and reading some of that stuff. So big ups.
Yeah, come on in, man. Come on in. Like you said, man. And you can join Sankofa 180 degrees group. Got a Facebook group. Come on in, look for us on Facebook, and come and join us. Right? Come on and join us, man. We got a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? Got any questions or anything you want to say? You want to teach? Come on in, man. Bring it. Come on in. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. All right, fam. Peace. Love you.